time to go viral. I'm homicidal, I'm killing all my rivals. I'm the man, shit, I put that on the Bible. Spotify my target, cause you know I got the title. Hey, I'm a Mac too. I told baby shake that ass like she Apple. She said it's real, so she got my name tattooed. House full, so I hit it in the back room. Oh, baby said she needed now, peep the urgency. I want a little Kim before she had the surgery. Leg spread on that hardcore poster. She love twerking, she just do it for the coach. Big dog, bull massive. 6 tray Chevrolet, I'm classic. All these niggas mad at me, that's tragic. The main bitch in the bed, that's graphic. Yeah, we about to go viral. Hey, we about to go.
It's gonna come to a point you're gonna have to sit down with somebody from the culture, and who better than the viral way. So
facts.
We're gonna manifest that right now, because ain't nobody that I see having the conversations we having. Not the variety. It's a lot of people that touch on a lot of different topics, but as far as the range from A to Z, Z to A, is nobody, and it's not even comparable. I don't care how many followers they got. The closest is Joe Rogan, and he got a whole machine behind him. We doing this independent, on the grind, from the ground up.
Own thoughts, own perceptions, own, you know what I mean, own mind.
No guest base either though. A lot, because Joe Rogan, as great as his show is, he is guest based. A lot of the guests do carry the show. We got to come carry this motherfucker every week, every day on our own.
They get to just kind of sit there and ask where you from, what you do with your life. He kind of already has those characters coming on the show where it's like they just there to tell their story for the most part. He just pops in and out, gives some input, but they carrying it for the most part. Like you said, where us, we got to come up here and make conversations. Sometimes, spark emotions in each other. It's a lot of production and things like that we have to do that. It's already set for him when he shows up to the show. He just clocks in and that's it.
And we got to do a lot of things where we got to challenge ourselves and not always be in your element. It's a lot of things we can talk about that we know we can master or be at, but we choose to, what I want to say, supersede the boundaries that's set upon individuals like us. So I look at that a little different. But one thing I do like about Joe Rogan is he brings people that specializes in what they're talking about.
Yeah.
A lot of the time. So it do be great information and the pods do be good. So
even like having a Jamie, like that's such a resource, right? Somebody you can just, hey, look this up real quick.
Oh,
a nigga on the side, like
yeah.
those types of resources. Like we couldn't get a nigga over here to sit down and not want to be on camera.
Right.
Like that's a different type of production that you need that you can get when you become, on that industry level.
Like even working with glasses, just to be able to walk in, somebody else is doing the camera, somebody else is fixing the mic, somebody else is making sure the levels is good. You know what I'm saying? That right there is a comfort that makes podding easier. All I gotta do is just show up and talk.
That's it.
Oh, for sure. See, we over here fixing the camera angle.
Worrying about the time
on the cam. The topics, we're looking it up. Ain't no, hey man, check this out for me. Nah, we gotta and stay connected with the conversation going 4, 5, 6 different ways. Man,
even that work. Too. The researchers they got people that go out and find guests or go out and put topics together, or even when they got a guest, hey, this is a list of questions we feel like we should run through. And like I was telling you earlier, a lot of niggas probably using Chat GPT for questions and things like that. So all the shit we doing up here is off the muscle, organic.
Shout out to Glasses too. That wasn't a shot. It just was like,
shout out to Glasses,
I want that comfort one day where I can just walk in the studio and not have to worry about nothing. Just sit down and work. That would make my job and our job so much more easier for sure. Like right now, I'm fresh from the gym, literally from the gym parking lot to the studio. And I'm eating leftovers because the chef ain't here right now. So the plate don't look as nice and you know what I'm saying, boisterous and rambunctious. Put together as it do, because I just grabbed some shit and heated it up real quick. But I got to get the protein intake. You feel me? Mando.
Yeah.
Shout out to the chef. He be on the way soon, and I'm going to come down with a put together plate for y'all. You know how I do.
That nigga wild. Yeah, but nah, that for sure was good. Like you were saying earlier, it turned out better than what more so what I expected. I only heard a little bit of it. I got to finish watching it. Y'all need to go check that out on Apple Music.
Shout out to Glasses. Yeah, that was a cool sit down conversation. I'm glad we got to do that. Hopefully the video could come out so y'all could see it. You know what I mean, with your own eyes, just the way that groups can come together with any kind of misunderstanding or difference or whatever and have a conversation and build. So I think it was good. I think we came to some good conclusions. hopefully we can sit down with Glasses again. You know, shout out to Glasses Malone.
Shout out to Glasses. And that's how men supposed to operate. When you having disagreements on this here internet, we in the same city. We ain't even got to be in the same city. I could just DM you. Hey, let's talk about it. Come on my platform. I come on your platform. We don't got to do the whole WWE back and forth for a year, knowing ain't nobody finna do nothing. I mean, we could do that too to build anticipation, but if it's not going to result in a sit down and content for the people, what the fuck are we doing at that point?
And you don't have to always, you can have that's what people don't understand a lot of times. I mean, you come with facts, but most times you're giving your opinion and the way you view the world. So just because you agree or disagree with somebody doesn't mean it has to be smoke because I think differently than you or I view things differently. You feel how you feel about it, I feel how I feel about it, then agree to disagree. And that just alleviates a lot of the BS that we see running through the YouTube streets.
That's a fact. And I think, too, like that approach being different, but us having a common goal was important, too, to get out to the listeners or the viewers. It's like you can disagree because I think there's going to always be multiple movements, multiple ways that people approach things. And there's going to be disagreements no matter what. It's inevitable. Through every subsection of growth that we're going through, some point this group is going to disagree with this group. How do we disagree? How do we go about that is what ultimately sees if we grow as a culture or not, grow as a collective. So the way we disagree is the most important because it's going to happen.
No, for sure.
Even mentally, though, who wants to be or build a strong team with people that just agree with every single thing you own? You know, you might see something differently or it might be even a better way. And I might be viewing it and not seeing it that way, but you disagreeing with me and just let us say if I wanted to crash us. You just agreeing with it, like, you know what I'm saying? So I think it just depends. Everybody should be able to speak their own mind, and everybody should be able to have, like you said, coming to a common goal or anything that makes sense.
For sure. Look, we just had a disagreement a couple episodes ago. Kali, he back fresh off suspension.
Hey, on the third day, he rose. Hey, I'm back in this bitch, man.
He rose like Jesus did. They said, damn, Kali got fired.
They turned me to a ghost in this motherfucker.
The last time we seen Kali, I said, these niggas.
Kali just said some bullshit one too many times. Then they got him out of here.
Yeah. I said the comment section they never fail to amaze me, the people in the comments. Like,
nah, because they be
where
on
do
it.
some of the thoughts be coming from sometimes? Not even that one, just stuff in general, like be having a nigga crying. Like, that should be funny as hell.
You gotta laugh at it. And that's one of the funniest things too. Going to the comments, you see niggas cracking jokes. I think that's a funny part and a good thing that we have in our community is people feel comfortable enough to assess what's going on and you know make jokes about it. We get in the comments sometimes, laugh, make jokes back. So that shit is funny. It's cool. I fuck with it.
Everybody gonna be a victim of the jokes.
Nah, facts. You're not getting away. You on the internet, you're not getting away. So you shouldn't even just take it personal. I think a lot of people, that's where they get caught up in it. And now you ready to attack the comments or go find niggas in real life.
Because niggas that had that happen a few times.
Yeah.
Like, man, where you at? Nigga, fuck all that. I'm gonna drop low. You doing too much, nigga.
Nah, facts.
But even that, like, right, niggas is human. Like, it might be one day some shit make you hotter or whatever it is. So nobody's above it, but try not to make that your motivator, the comments, or I'm doing this or that. Depending on what kind of comments I want to receive. Obviously, just remain you at all times.
Don't do what A-Verb just did when he dropped his diss track to Jay Mills and he got bad feedback and turned the comments off. You niggas be out there turning y'all comments off. Comments really be killing y'all that bad.
Or niggas be deleting
y'all
them.
Turning it off or deleting them and erasing your engagement. I'm going to tell you like this. We don't delete comments. I see a lot of people, oh, they deleted my comment. I didn't know. YouTube has guidelines. A lot of y'all leave comments that go against their guidelines and they delete your shit. We don't. Because all I know is the viral gang member is going to put belt to ass on anybody talking crazy in the comments anyway. So I'll leave it there. Let y'all go crazy.
Nah,
TikTok,
that's
YouTube, Instagram, it'll have like folded comments. They'll take the comments away if it's too raunchy. So
right. Yeah, I had a whole TikTok banned off a comment. And the nigga didn't even say nothing crazy. I think I said something about a nigga or something.
You know, TikTok.
They gave a nigga
TikTok is crazy. The way they censored that, because TikTok used to be the Wild Wild West. And after that update, it ain't never been the same. It never been the same. I swear to God, my algorithm used to be all high power. I don't see Bashar nowhere.
Yeah, you probably got to reset it. You got to start going to his videos. I just learned that what they do based off of any app you own, they start to compartmentalize everything as if this is what you want to feed into. So if you on IG looking at some BS, then you try to get on TikTok and be high powered, they start to get all the data and share it as one, and that falls under all your apps.
No, that's true. That's very true.
So what I need to do, I need to stop clicking on these women workout videos.
Facts.
Yeah.
That's
it's
the only thing you
For
know.
sure.
The real thing.
It got to a point where I said, it's too much ass. It's too much titties. And it's too much beauty on this app. We really got to sit down and think the amount of beauty we are exposed to every day. I remember growing up, it was rare you saw a joint. I mean, drop dead gorgeous walking down the block. It was rare. To log on your phone 24/7 to see it all day long, the dopamine receptors is fried. It's literally too much. It is impossible for a man with money, resources to be faithful on this app. It's already hard enough in real life, but just imagine you could just fly any chick out. Every time I get on the app, I think I've seen it all. And I seen one that topped the last. Like, how are they making vaginas this fat? How is asses this fat? How are waists this small? How are titties this perky and perfect? Like, it is crazy.
It is crazy work, and that's why you for sure got to limit that type of stuff. And that goes back to what Rob was saying on last episode. You damn sure got to have some type of dick discipline, because if you out here going crazy, you're just gonna be depleted.
Yeah.
But on top of that, I think a lot of things, and this I feel like it's not always good in a sense. It's great to see it, but I think that's what starts making people compare too much, because now you starting to see the flaws in your woman. Now you starting to see certain things. Hold on, you could be better in the gym. You could be doing this. You could be doing that. Now you starting to see everything else. Like, hold on. So I think what people value, at least more so, people that's in serious situations need to value the character of the person and what they bring that aligns with you. Outside of that, it's gonna be ugly, because it's never gonna stop being beautiful women. They're gonna keep coming.
It's really insane though. Like, cause when we went to Colombia and we was in Medellin and we went on that block,
Yeah, that was
a
wild.
sea of dime pieces. I mean, the ocean. Those videos y'all see online in Colombia, that's real. That's how it really is. And they're aggressive. And they're throwing pussy at you.
Nah, literally facts. They staring you down. Like you can walk. They going. The most funniest shit though, I'll still never forget. We already talked about that, but when the girl went crazy, Cuz had his shirt off. We was mobbing. This bitch was across the street jumping around like a I don't know what they was
Like a
on.
fan, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
nah, she just like couldn't help it, and
She
then
was going
ran over there trying to
crazy.
touch a nigga. She like, damn, these niggas, there's some chocolate niggas down here. These niggas in shape. She was losing their minds over that shit. I'm just like, that shit
Yeah,
was
'cause you know,
wild.
most of passport bros, they whooped out. They can't get no
Yeah.
pussy here, so they got to fly there. We niggas who get pussy everywhere just so happen to be there. So it was like, oh shit, hold on. Let me you know, it's usually old ass man. They got his wallet, swiping his card. They don't really want to fuck him, but he paying. She was throwing that shit for free, pretty much.
I mean, everywhere
Like, this on the house, nigga.
everywhere we walk, we damn near had to tell them to chill. Like, they in groups of like 4 and 5 and 3 at a time, like just own you though. And I'll be like, damn, this shit is wild, cuz. Like, especially for some if you ain't never experienced nothing like that. And that's how I was when
I think that dried up.
I think it was like that.
No.
It was
still going
similar
on?
like that with another good spot when I was in, I think, Puerto Rico. Was it Puerto
You
Rico?
was in Costa Rica.
Costa Rica.
They'll
I
call
wanna
me
say.
with like 3 joints, nigga.
On FaceTime. I'm talking-
3 joints on FaceTime.
Hey,
Like, nigga,
it
3
was-
dime pieces.
It was crazy because I couldn't believe this shit. The same thing. I'm walking up. I think I'm trying to get some water or something. They didn't care who you with a broad or not. They don't give no fucks. I'm talking about walking up, feeling all on the nigga. They get aggressive. I'm just like, damn, this shit wild, bro. I'm mad I didn't really get no real footage out there. I should have.
That'd be the best times.
I'm not big on like recording, but I should have been recording. And I'm nigga, you got to think too. I hadn't been out of jail long, so I'm FaceTiming like, bro, you gotta see this. Like, then I even called the homie like, girl, this shit wild. Like,
Nah,
that
for
shit
sure.
was wild.
Like,
Yeah.
when I be in these other countries, man, I got to figure out what Wi-Fi speed had, because that whole stream that he did in Egypt, I did a lot of majority what he did there like 4-5 years ago. But I did pay a cameraman one day. He sent me the memory card, and it was only like 2 minutes of it, because we had woke up like 3 in the morning to go ride the hot air balloon over the Valley of the Kings. So you got to go before the sun come up. So as you're up, you see the sun coming over the Valley of the Kings. It's a movie, right? I put the pictures up and everything, but I had him follow me around the whole day, literally. Like, I'm
How much you
giving
charge USD?
on the dead home. I don't
Hey, this nigga-
you know, You know, it's a foreign country.
Click the camera one time.
Facts, yeah.
Took a grab from this nigga here.
No, but
Click the camera one time. That's it, nigga.
now I see why Speed was like, hey, what's the bit rate? What's the bit rate? I swear to God, bro, we on a hot air balloon. It's like 50 kids come up to the balloon. I'm giving money out. The kids is fighting over the money. They telling me, nah, I don't get the money because, you know, every single kid need the money and they beating up the kids for the money. So he like, nah, don't get the money out. But it was literally a movie. Kids was throwing up the set. They like, ooh, money, money, money. So I'm saying, them niggas throwing big thumbs up, big C's. I'm like, this was some movie But the fact that Speed did it and captured it streaming, I salute. You know what I'm saying? I salute. But Speed, you was the first streamer, but I want to say it's safe to say I was the first podcaster because prior to me going to Egypt, I wasn't seeing niggas going like that. Not no podcasters. And I was the first one to get the footage in the pyramids. Speed was the first one to stream in the pyramids, but I for sure was the first podcaster to get the footage in the pyramids. Like literally laying down in the tomb, throwing the setup and all that. Shout out to BY. Me and BY in the tombs.
Yeah, that nigga on the Soldier Boy tip right now.
Yeah, I did it first, huh?
Hey, I gotta let him know, nigga. I did it first, nigga.
That nigga on the Soldier Boy tip.
And you know what's crazy? I was looking at my Facebook memories like 5 years ago. I was planning a trip to Africa, and we wind up going somewhere else instead. And now 2026, everybody going to Africa. So I'm like, fuck. I had planned to go to the safari years ago, but for whatever reason, I just never made it. Like I just heard Fabulous say he was in Ghana for New Year's. I heard Mano say he was just out there. Charlamagne just went to Cape Town. You had Speed do the stream out there. So right now is the time to really hit Africa because the prices is gonna go up. So I'm gonna be out there soon too, man.
Yeah, traveling is definitely something different. And I think more people are starting to embrace that, especially the way the economy is. People just not even caring no more. Like people trying to get those experiences. And like I say all the time, them the only things that really, I ain't gonna say that only matter, but outside of like the materials, it's nothing like having those type of experiences, in my opinion.
I want to shout out Gen Z too. I don't know if y'all remember, if y'all day one watchers, day one supporters, y'all will remember maybe 50 episodes ago, I said, I believe Gen Z is going to be the generation to change the world, to change for the next generation. They're not falling for the same traps the millennials did. They're not falling for the same traps Gen X did. They're not falling for the same traps that boomers did. Gen Z, they not even really wanting to have careers for real if they can't really live a comfortable life. They like, fuck this, I'm going to go figure it out another way. You want me to come work at this plant for 50 years, barely live above the poverty line, and at the end of it all, I got no money, no house, no savings, no nothing. Fuck that. Book that trip to Miami. We turning up. We'll figure it out when we get back. No PTO? Oh, well, fill my spot because I ain't coming in. I'm like, I like what Gen Z is doing right now. They really shaking the game up.
I'll agree with some of that. I think we definitely do. I think Gen Z's focus on work-life balance is way more than any other generation ever has been. It's like, that's a big deal to us is how are we treated at work? We want to be treated more than just a number. That's a big thing I see too. You want to be able to feel like what you're doing matters, and you want to be talked to and you know, treated with that respect, not like just you're just below me because you're my manager or whatever. And then you're right too. Niggas is willing to lose their job to go take that trip or go to that wedding or whatever it is because we got in our minds the economy's so fucked up, the world's so fucked up. I think we've kind of been raised with that the world could end tomorrow kind of mindset. So let me do this now before it's too late.
And I think they breaking barriers, and it's good that they start younger because, you know, when you start younger, you just believe you could do anything. Mm-hmm. So them starting at a younger age is actually helping them, and they get to document everything they're doing. So get in the content space and realizing you can make way more money by being in media or in just doing content in general than slaving 12, 16 hours and shit like that. I think they're looking at it like that. So they have a good head start, especially if they coming from a 2-parent household with parents that's able to keep them straight where they can just pursue whatever they want to go for.
It's like the gold rush, really. It's like a time when everybody's coming to California to get the gold and you got a bunch of movers and shakers and some people hit, and then you got all those companies and infrastructure that kind of comes around that is built off of the, you know, people in the town or the people at the gold sites or whatever. So there's so much coin to be made off of this social media thing, and this is the first generation that really gets to like kind of strategize about how to do it.
And
like
it's in a real way. It's crazy that you say that because a lot of the things like, you see like the Bitcoins and things like that. Like Nipsey spoke on a lot of these things 10 years ago when the mailbox money, certain things dropped, and he was able to see what was going on already. That's why he was so big on the fuck the middleman and proud to pay and all those things, because I see, like he said, you're not going to need the industry giants no more. When it's going to get to a point where they're going to need you more than you need them.
And I'm going to say this, they're on the government radar. Because what made me even make this a topic, I seen an article of them saying, hey, this is alarming. Gen Z really believes that hard work does not pay off, because that was the dream that they sold to the boomers. Hey, you work hard, it'll pay off. The American dream. That's the dream they sold to Generation X. That's the dream they sold to the millennials. Work hard and it'll pay off. Gen Z's looking, hold on, y'all not doing a fucking thing and y'all making all the money. We doing all the work and getting none of the benefits. Hold on, we need a new formula. This ain't working. We not doing this.
It's this dude that has went viral on TikTok recently talking about how like you at some point you have to play the game. Like we've tried to get as much success. We've tried to, do drugs. Niggas have tried to do whatever they can to take themselves out of this realm or this game. And at some point you hit a ceiling where it's like, they're going to force you to play the game. So that's a big thing within Gen Z where it's like, well, if you're going to force me to do something I don't want to do, I'm going to just opt out completely and say, fuck it, which to me is a sticky situation, because in one end it's like resistance, but then on the other end it's like, if you don't play the game, then you don't grow. You might not make no money. You might not. There's a lot of things that come with it. So it's like it's a sticky situation. I don't know. It's weird. It's good and bad to me.
I just think a lot of them, like I was saying, that's doing it are not necessarily in positions where they're lacking nothing. They have just the basics, the food, the clothes, and outside of that, they might have parents, they might have family that comes from wealth, or not saying that they're rich, but in a place where they straight. Like you said, we see out here, these kids already 16 driving Benzes and all other type shit. So the worries that they have that you have to focus on, they don't. It's like for us as black people, we focus on getting money, then getting our mamas, our parents and stuff out the hood. They get money and just get it passed down. They don't have to go backwards and help the parents. The parents setting them up for life already.
And I'll say they're not falling for the alcohol companies' propaganda. Gen Z has drank less than any generation in history. They damn near not drinking at all, to the point where Vegas tourism is down dramatically. The clubs is down dramatically. Gen Z they more on their health tip. That's why these gyms, you go to these gyms, you see the little mushroom top in there with pajama pants and Crocs. Them niggas is in there getting it in. Them little niggas is in there, what they call is look maxing now. They really caring about how they look. We can get into that look maxing shit too, because that shit gay. But they really are caring about their physical fitness more than generations that have passed, for real. These little, man, they in there.
I think a lot of it has to do with the economy. Like we're in such a space where the economy is bad, where you have to kind of put emphasis on other things to be a joint out here. So if you're in shape, if you do the looks maxing, if there's certain run clubs and certain environments that you can get into now that is seen as a certain status symbol or certain exclusive gyms. There's all these things now have opened up for Gen Z that's just outside of, oh well, you got money, you got a good job or whatever. So that puts you higher than other people, because now even if you have a good job, you still might not be able to afford things. So that's where people are starting to compensate with other things like the gym or whatever it is. You got niggas reading a lot. You have people doing a lot of different things. Hinduism, Buddhism, trying different things to, I think, just get a different status or have another status outside of just we just work and go home.
Like, yeah, because I think also that because it's like being in shape, you're gonna be respected way more being in shape than somebody who's not. And you got to think they live their life on social media. How whooped out can you be to be on social media every day and not have some type of fitness about yourself?
Like look, Gen Z drinks 87% less alcohol than prior generations. The alcohol industry has lost over $830 billion. So if you want to go by, what's up, fool? If you want to go by generations, the boomers, they were capping at about $25 billion on alcohol sales. Gen X, $23.1 billion on alcohol sales. And then the millennials, us, we spiked it up a little bit, $23.4 billion. Gen Z's only at $3.1 billion.
A big thing too is efficiency. Gen Z want to bang for their buck. and you know, and to return on their investment. So why would I go spend $200 tonight, right? Wake up with a crazy hangover, you know, fucking throwing up and shit, when I can just go to the down to the weed shop, spend $40, get high, have munchies, giggle, laugh, and then wake up tomorrow and be completely fine. So a lot of Gen Z has traded it for that. Or if you want to go extreme, you got niggas doing Xans and pills. And
Exactly.
They do that, or they want to trip out on DMT. Like
what about the white girl? You know, it's out your system soon too.
People no, for real, because you'll go to some functions or clubs and niggas is doing that too. So I think it's like, why do alcohol at this point when we know the ramifications of it? You got people like Andrew Huberman and other podcasts that have came out and said, you know, even having a drink consistently once a week is bad for the liver, like, and just putting all this information out there about how bad it actually is. And then you go and look at the studies about weed or other drugs, and it's not as bad. So I think that's where we at. Like, shit, fuck the alcohol. I'd rather do this.
Shrooms unlock your memory. I mean, unlock your thoughts.
It's a lot of that
like
too
that,
now,
so
where, you know, niggas used to think that was some hippie shit, but now that's became more of like a key into unlocking your inner self or your higher self is, let me do some DMT or let me do some acid or some shrooms. And used to be looked at as a dummy, but now people are like, yo, I could take this and really tap into my creativity or brain power that I couldn't before. You know what I mean? Not everybody was looking at it that way up until Gen Z, I feel
but it's no limit for these young ones either, though, because these niggas is doing Nas and all type of shit.
Yeah.
That's the downside. These niggas doing it. Walking around with balloons. What the fuck y'all doing? Who birthday is it?
These niggas be lightweight crackheads, skinny as hell. So it comes with its pros and cons, but for sure that is a good look. That part of the rate is all the way down. I just think health is getting preached a lot more, especially when you seeing all the fake health gurus on the internet. You seeing a lot of fitness instructors. So I think that's being more so pushed to the youth.
Now, for sure, you see they just fixed the food pyramid. They said the way we had it when we was kids, it's upside down. Mm-hmm. So they just flipped it. So the whole time they telling us to eat a certain way, that was the wrong way to be eating. Plus all the pesticides and the chemicals, and they just admitted that, yes, they are chemtrailing. We already knew. We've been watching them do it since we was kids, but they always denied it. Now, come to find out, you see people that work at these cloud seeding plants. Mm-hmm. These motherfuckers making TikTok videos. Yeah, we control the weather. Look, we making it rain. We controlling the clouds, blocking the sun, and trying to make the earth cooler and all type of. So with the emergence of social media, it's just too hard to hide things now, where we only saw shit on commercials. You can't hide it now, bro. I'm going to just get on X and find it, get on TikTok and find it. So I think that's also why they had to give AI, because the earth hit a new frequency, right? They're calling it the new world. They seeing new animals come back, animals that they thought was extinct, insects they thought was extinct, unfreezing in Antarctica and all type of shit. So now, okay, we bring the AI videos out. Now you can't tell what's real or what's fake. So when you do see some real shit like Frogman in Mexico, or I'm seeing fucking dragons and chupacabras, and everybody gonna say that's AI. A lot of these videos I saw pre-AI, pre-social media when I was a kid on dial-up internet. That's floating back now, and people saying, oh, that's AI. I saw this shit 2 decades ago, a decade ago.
You know what else is crazy too, like about the food thing, or like I think in general, is the more technology we get, more information we get, people are like, we need to go back natural. Because I don't know if y'all know what Vital Farms is, but it's an egg company that's supposed to be making these, you know, organic, pasteurized eggs. You know, they feeding the chickens. It's supposed to be the best egg you could get. Comes out, niggas do studies on it. It's one of the worst eggs you can eat. And now people are saying, just go to the farmer's market, or just go to your local, you know, farmer or whatever, and see with your own eyes how they're feeding the chickens and what they're putting them through, and that let that be your decision of, you know, who you go get eggs from. So it's like, you know what I mean? We're at a point now where technology is even so advanced. We're like, fuck it, let's just go back completely natural with everything.
I mean, natural should have been the way, but obviously it was created so they can make millions and make money off of what they want to do. Why would it not be? Everything on the earth was already here that we needed, and we started getting stuff pushed in our face and making you think you need something. I just seen something come out. The people that are still eating bacon, now they saying they found the ingredients that cause cancer. Yeah. Like, we know you ain't supposed to be eating the swine anyway, but people still go after it. So
it's a carcinogen. It's labeled a carcinogen. Like even cereal. Just think about what the fuck is cereal. That's just all biochemically engineered, and we was eating that for breakfast by the bowl.
big
every
ass
day,
zip,
big ass
bowl.
bowl.
plastic shit, whatever they go.
I used to love cereal. Not even
Cinnamon
just on
Toast
top of that.
Crunch used to
And
slap.
it's crazy because I just had some not too long ago. I hadn't ate cereal in years. And not just that, nigga, we getting dozen donuts in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah, nigga.
Facts, that
I'm
variety
making-
pack.
Hey,
Yeah.
they make it a chef, chef dozen when they throw that 13 in there, you know what I'm saying?
Sending you with a dozen donuts to go to school. And wondering why these kids ain't paying
Crazy.
attention to hyper.
Hyper as hell.
Oh, yeah, it was.
That's like, man, that was wild though.
And I'm gonna say too, man. I don't know what's going on with these avocados out here. These avocados out here not real, bro.
I was hearing
I went
that.
to Mexico, fool, and the guac tasted like God Himself came down from heaven. Was like here.
You nigga,
I-
Mexicans making it in. That's the originators of the motherfucker.
They
I
growing,
come-
they growing they
They
shit
down
for
there with a
real.
rock.
I
Yeah,
come back
growing that
here. I'm
motherfucker.
like, this shit tastes like rubber. I cut it open. It's watery. It's like
Viral,
It's-
have you ever
it's
noticed? You said that
disgusting.
about all countries. When you went to Italy, you said the chicken wings was this big, but it tastes natural. We go to Egypt, you taste the lamb, it tastes, and then the yellow watermelon. Everywhere you go outside of the U.S., the food tastes better and the quality is better.
Because we're the only place that values the dollar and making money and running a business more than anything else.
And a lot of
That's
these
what it comes down to.
Capitalism.
Nah, that's
That's what it
facts. And
comes
a lot of
down
these other places actually care about their citizens. They
Yeah.
actually care about their health. Like you go to Saudi, you can't even buy liquor. Nigga, you can't buy pork if you want it. They don't even sell it, nigga.
they're not giving you an option.
Yeah, you
Certain-
don't
not
certain
even finna fuck
ingredients,
yourself
certain
up
ingredients
at
in
all.
candy
Yeah.
is not even allowed in the UK, like in Skittles and things like that. The
Nah,
red
facts.
40 and
The hot
yellow,
chips is
yeah.
Orange.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
thinking the chips trash? Like, nigga, what is
Yeah,
this?
I'm in there like, nigga, what a red 40 at?
Yeah,
I'm in there fiending for that
Yeah,
shit.
it's crazy.
I was in there mad as hell when I
I
looked
see,
at my
I see.
Because you want to find a normal bag of
Yeah.
chips, you going in the store like, nigga, what the fuck is this?
No, for
Like,
sure.
I keep our chips and shit though. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, yeah,
Nah, for
yeah.
sure.
That red
Yeah.
40 is just something I'm gonna have to just
Yeah,
die on that
40,
hill.
red 40,
It is what
yellow
it is.
tip.
Yeah, it is what it is. I've been
Hey.
eating that shit since I was like 7, so I'm still here. So it ain't doing that bad.
hot chips ain't even hot, nigga.
Nah,
Yeah.
remember they used to be hot as hell?
Yeah, back
Bro,
in the day
used
it
to
was.
burn,
Yeah.
nigga.
I'm not gonna lie. When you got a cold though, hot Cheetos hit the spot. I don't know what it is. That red 40
Bingo.
get that mucus out your system. I don't know what it is, but eat some hot Cheetos when you got a cold. I know that's not a doctor's advice, but I'm gonna tell you this. For me, it made me feel way better once you smash
Nah,
one.
hot-
In the
we-
black community, hot chips
Ginger
and what
ale.
else?
Ginger
Ginger ale.
ale.
Ginger ale.
Anytime you sick, hot chips and ginger ale.
Canada Dry ginger ale.
Canada
And a
Dry.
cup of noodles, nigga.
Not
Warm up a cup of
Schweppes or
noodles.
whatever
Yeah,
that
that's
bullshit
what-
is.
yeah.
Facts. Couple noodles. You got to put the hot sauce in it.
Moms get the
talk,
Vicks, rub that
Man,
shit.
what? That on the, hey, y'all ever heard of what
Bottom
the
of your
Vicks,
feet.
with the onions on the bottom of your feet? Have you ever tried that?
Put the socks on.
I ain't never tried it. I seen a lot of that stuff. I'm like, yeah, they wildin'. I ain't doing that.
I'm like, these kids don't even know what Vicks is like. Nigga, I
Nah,
still got
facts.
that scent in my nose.
Oh,
Nah,
man,
some
for sure.
people still use Vicks for their kids. I think that's the
I do.
people that grew up in
Yeah,
maybe
in
our
our area.
time.
That
Yeah.
Robitussin, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Tussin was for everything.
Come on, I couldn't stand Alka-Seltzer Plus though. I still can't. do
The
that.
Nah,
Vicks is
Alka-Seltzer used to slap a little bit. And Pepto. I used to drink that shit.
I
like
hated. What was the
soda.
what was the pink one? I hated
Yeah,
that.
that's
That's
Pepto.
what it
That
was.
That was
tasted
fire.
good to me.
I
don't
hated-
know what
I hated
was.
Pepto.
It was
No,
too thick.
what was
Pause,
the
it was
great-
too thick.
The great NyQuil. She tastes like straight chemical.
yeah.
That shit was
Yeah.
disgusting.
Nigga hold his nose.
Man,
You finna pass out, nigga. Let's. That shit crazy.
Nah, no cap. And it's cold in flu season right now, so y'all
Man.
better
Take
y'all
that black
better,
seed oil. That's what I take.
Take what?
Black seed oil. You take a teaspoon
oil of
that.
oregano too.
Yeah, that's what he was trying to kill me
Yeah,
about
nah,
last
yeah.
time I had
Nah,
the black
this
sea
nigga
oil
came
pills.
home with a
yeah.
with a jug like this with like I don't know what the fuck was it. All type of roots and leaves. And
They wasn't even
They
that.
had a variety
He's-
pack of
he's
some
thinking
shit.
it was
He thinking
hurting
about
you.
something else. When he talking about I had
Sea moss.
some shit I had from the Asian store, but the black sea oil pills was different though. But then
Yeah, they got them in
it's a
pill
lot of
form,
benefits.
too.
Yeah.
Yep.
That nigga came.
Mackerel,
Yeah.
black seed oil, all that stuff is good for you around this time of
That
the
nigga
year.
had a Pan-African infomercial on the counter. Nigga, I'm like, what the fuck?
When they had a bag of incense too.
Yeah,
man.
this nigga-
Sage this motherfucker.
Fuck is Cud doing?
Hey, Cug gonna clown you about something.
They
Ain't
gonna
no
do
real
it.
choice.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
Next
like
week. Matter of
like I was
fact-
saying, I don't know if y'all know about this, but get that black seed oil, y'all change your life.
Now get that Edelberry though. The Edelberry
Oh,
for sure.
elderberry, yeah, that's for sure.
All through COVID, I was nigga kept that the 2-pack from Costco. Yeah, I stayed with that.
But I think people should, and go back to what Kylie was saying earlier. You should try natural first. Like
Yeah.
people, I think get so quick to getting medicine, like to the point where your immune system becomes weak because it depends on the medicine. Your body gets used to that medicine. Now you need something stronger or something else to be more productive. You gotta think when we was kids, niggas was playing in dirt fields and all type
Man,
of crazy
drinking
stuff.
faucet
so
water.
That's a
the
big
nigga immune
thing,
system
too.
got strong.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. People ain't outside, so their immune system is so weak because every time you come outside, your immune system is like,
We're so
what is
overly
this?
clean
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
you don't want the kids to touch nothing, get anything like that. Then they don't have that enzymes to fight against that disease
Niggas
or any
eating
type
shit
of
off the-
bacteria.
Niggas eating shit God made dirt don't hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro,
Second rule, niggas drop
Nigga, I
something.
got so hot. My kid, I think it was my daughter or my son. Nigga, they dropped some food on the floor in the house, picked it up, and was walking towards the trash. What the fuck is you doing?
Hey,
You
come
gonna
man,
bring me that
look,
chicken wing?
I dropped that food. I dropped the food, nigga. He told one of my kids, cuz they want to blast me. I'm saying, I dropped it.
Looking
I'm
at
about
this
to eat it.
nigga.
Cuz like,
Nigga, the
nah,
fuck?
but them things was fire. I forgot what she made. It was the...
It was
a whole
the
chicken
keto.
wing?
Nah, it wasn't. Nah,
Cuz dropped the
it was a little
homemade
taquito.
taquito.
Cuz the taquito's this
okay.
big, bro.
I was trying to be.
I was walking to the trash. No, my kid did it too.
They probably did do it, but it was a plate of like 30 of them. I'm like, I'm not gonna
Niggas
eat it.
is trying
I
to
don't
look
know.
cool.
Niggas
All
not-
the-
Yeah, I'm like, nigga, I got so hot.
chicken wing or like a big ass piece of steak or something
How
like that.
did we grow up? When it hit the floor, what happened?
Kiss up the guy, man. Come
5
on, bro.
second rule, 3 second
All
rule.
that, bro.
Nah, you
Kissing up
wasn't-
the
you
guy
wasn't-
real quick,
Y'all
man. All
tweaking.
that.
You know,
Pick the hair off the starburst
I
and-
was so surprised because this bougie ass nigga, the way Cuz act, yeah, I'm surprised he ate this
Bro,
shit.
you bring that shit here. And it's in the house.
It's in the
nigga,
house.
the
It's
fuck?
playing. Yeah, you already know your household.
Yeah,
Them things
fuck
was
that.
fire, nigga. Until Mocha get to slobbering all over the
Oh,
floor.
yeah, that bitch. You gotta hurry up because she be watching. She be like this.
No, okay, damn, Kali.
She gonna attack this nigga.
Man. Hey, y'all talked about the King Parade yet?
No,
No.
we have not. I was saving it for like mid episode because we got some heavy topics.
Oh, yeah, so let's go.
I definitely want to talk about the King Parade, but since you brought it up, let's get right into it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So, I just had a couple questions I wanted to ask y'all, though. Real talk like this. Do y'all think King Day Parade should be canceled? And do you feel like it does more harm than good with the violence at the end? And do you feel like maybe if they move the location, it would be safer?
Okay, let's give some background because a lot of people not from California. So if
That's
you're not
true.
aware, every year we have the MLK parade.
On King.
And this is on King, right? They have one on King, and then in Long Beach, they have it at Martin Luther King Park
in
on the
Lamar,
east
right?
side.
Yeah, Lamar. A little past Lamar. But
Yeah. So every year, every gang in the city, they rally up, they troop up, and they want to go down there, and then they want to make their name ring bells. So every gang want to be represented the most, right? It's like the Warriors movie. You ever seen the Warriors movie? Warriors. Everybody just linking up on the. That's how it is. So you want to be known. Hey, my hood was there pressing lines. My hood was knocking shit out. We was doing this. We was terrorizing. This shit at right now is an embarrassment to black people. To me, because I grew up. I used to be on that time too when I was young, but at this age and maturing and ascending and looking, it's no way we can keep doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting different results. There has to be an outlet for the youth to do something else. Why do we only get together to tear shit up and we never can get this many people to come together to build shit up? So I don't know if the parade got to be canceled or what, but even the street MLK, any state you in the hood.
Dangerous.
Any school,
When you hit
anything, yeah.
anything to do with MLK is bad. And it's a bad look for black people. So you had like a 3-part question. I think we should go through one by one, but let me let
I
everybody.
say take it away. Take it away from
Cancel
niggas.
it.
Cancel it. Take it away. Go put it somewhere else where it can be celebrated and rejoiced at this point. Because all we're doing is rewarding bad behavior. You have it every year, and these niggas know every year on this day we gonna come up here and we gonna fuck shit up. And they're not planning on changing it at this point. It's like at some point we gotta just take it away from niggas. Fuck the outrage. If you can't act right, you cannot have this because what it's going to do is continue to make us look bad already to the point that it has. And now the parade is overshadowed by the happenings and what niggas is doing outside. It's ridiculous. And why go? Why go at this point? When is niggas gonna at least be on some type of code? If y'all niggas gonna do whatever y'all gonna do, look, man, not at the MLK parade, bro. It's like if niggas can't even have a code, no type of respect, no type of nothing, what are you niggas really out here doing? Let's keep it 100.
My bad.
No, I'm just saying, niggas is really not out here on shit. You niggas is out here catching, it's loser shit, bro.
Loser shit.
It's loser shit at this point.
So this is what I am gonna say. Now I agree with every point y'all made. But one thing I do understand the mentality of it, and I do understand a lot of them out there was kids and they gangbang. If you expecting anything other than that, you will fool yourself. It's not gonna change. As long as these niggas is gangbanging, ain't no older niggas around to how to move and structured a certain way. These are things that's just gonna happen. It do look crazy when you sit back and you watching it on the internet, like, damn, like, just imagine how many other people was viewing it. But they're not necessarily caring about that at this point. I just think people that doesn't agree with that, outside of that, they need to find other ways on his day to celebrate, not just with a parade.
I want to
think-
say this one more. Oh, my fault. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No. One more thing is that wasn't the only thing that happened at the parade. There was actually a lot of positive moments too. And this can be an example for Black culture in general, where we have a lot of positive things happen, but then we have these situations that happen, and this is what becomes and grows the legs and becomes our whole main culture. Is the street shit, is the niggas out here crashing out and doing the bullshit, when on that same end of the coin, you have other people there just trying to enjoy themselves and honor King. But that's the part that doesn't get the publicity, and it's, to me, that's the bullshit. That needs to be what gets more publicity than niggas out here throwing cones and doing stupid shit.
And that's the crazy part, because you said it need to be older niggas to lay the foundation.
Yeah.
It was older niggas there trying to fight the kids. It was grown niggas trying to fight the teens that was out there trooping. So just imagine, these niggas is 30, 40, and they've been doing this at this King Parade since they was 13, 14, 15, and nothing has changed. This is like what Dr. Umar says, some of you niggas just gotta go. Some of y'all niggas just gotta get erased from planet Earth or put on an island and let y'all destroy yourself, so the people that want to build a community up and be good representatives of the Black race can actually do that. Because as long as we got niggas doing that around, well, the best of us is always going to get overshadowed. Like Kali said, it was a lot of good moments. You didn't hear none of them. The only videos you see is niggas rolling around like rabid dogs or fucking raccoons with rabies. And the cold part is the police was right there watching it all, letting them do it. At least when we was kids, they was breaking it up. Nigga, the police was there damn near with their phones out like, ooh,
They can't even do nothing no more.
Now they talking about defund the police and stuff like that. They say 1 minute you want the police to help, then next minute they like defund the police anytime the police do anything violent. So at this point, we box the police in for them to just basically be glorified security guards, observe and report at this point.
But my bad, go ahead, Sean.
No, so I was gonna say at this point right now, to kind of get back on the King's Parade, you got to make it where you got to change the location. Because remember how we talked about this viral, where you want to go to a nice upper echelon type style party, you send them out further out, or you raise the price up where the lower frequency crowd won't be there. You got to make it where the King's Parade can't be in King. It can't be on King. You got to move it out of South Central. You got to move it where it's a little more safer, where niggas is not going to be able to easily commute there. And on top of that as well, if we don't start checking ourselves, how do we expect other races to take us serious? I hate to even bring this nigga up, but Ruckus is right. We looking like heathens out there. We looking crazy like a motherfucker. Because now as I'm aging, I'm all like, ooh.
That shit was an embarrassment.
I'm gonna say this though. Like, for one, most people that's going to that King Parade don't give a fuck about Martin Luther King.
No,
and I'm gonna just be 100% on that. A lot of niggas ain't even going for that. Going to the MLK parade as a young gang member,
showing your fit off.
it's like going to, it's a function right now. A function where it's time, like you just said, to make our presence felt.
Time to make your name ring bells.
The only way, if we see any enemies, we tripping, and if not, we tripping on everything that's out here, or we just gonna have a good time if nobody show up.
And we just banging
that's all. That's all that's gonna happen. Outside of that, you're not getting nothing less. Cause like generations after generation have generations before us have failed niggas. They failed us. They failed these niggas too, and they still failing them. Niggas is, and like y'all said, why ain't nobody highlighting nothing else good from it? We can say it was a lot of good, but I didn't see not one good video.
I didn't see no good video. I'm gonna say this though.
Negativity always overshadowed.
It doesn't matter. I'm not seeing nothing highlighted.
He's not lying about it ain't gonna change as long as niggas gang banging. But I'm gonna go on the record to say, like Kali said, it's loser shit, period. And I'm not giving niggas no excuse no more at all. I got zero tolerance for the bullshit from niggas. We know what's going on. We know what we got to do to win, and we still choose to lose. And the bottom line is we got to realize a lot of people want to lose. They want to remain there because they're afraid of the unknown. Because what's on the other side of what they grew up doing and all they know? The unknown. And the unknown is scary because over here, I got a name, I got a rep, I got respect. Over here, I don't know a motherfucking thing. I don't even know if people going to accept me over here. So I'm going to spend the rest of my life over here. That's why you see videos of a 40-year-old trying to fight 15, 16-year-olds. Oh my God, he's grown trying to fight kids. But once you start gang banging, you playing grown man games, guess what? It's grown man consequences. But the black race, this shit is embarrassing, period. I don't give a fuck if you're 13 to 80, nigga, you know you was on some bullshit. And I could say that now at my age, even though I was doing bullshit when I was a teenager too.
That's what part keep
but
living.
Come on, cuz like we at some point niggas got to be like, all right, we tired of this. We tired of losing.
So this is what I want to ask y'all then. At this point though, should we just cancel the parade? Should it just be canceled?
I'm gonna keep it real. we might need to cancel MLK Day, period. Because what are we celebrating for real? Number one, the government knocked off MLK and gave him a day. So what the government is doing is the equivalent of what the gangs is doing now, right? Your homie gets smoked, what they do? They name the hood after him, right? O Block was Wick City. O.D. Perry gets smoked. Oh, we named it O Block. So now anytime the homie gets smoked, oh, this Gotti World, this such and such block, this Melly Way, this and that. That's what they did to King. They knocked him off, gave him a day, gave him a street, and the street we gave the nigga is in the worst part of every city. It's like they laughing at niggas.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it.
What
real
are we
with you.
celebrating?
On King? You got the J's, the Jungles, you got the 30s, the 40s. You know, you already know the 60s coming right around the corner. Like it's a big,
Is it in Beverly Hills?
they won't allow
Is
that.
it in Newport Beach?
It's not Newport.
Is it in
Cerritos.
Huntington Beach? It's
not
in no
past it.
good areas.
Nah.
They smoked the nigga, made y'all celebrate them smoking the nigga. What are we celebrating?
Can we even have a King parade anywhere else? Like, because if we're talking about in California, right, Southern California, wouldn't the area that is in be where there's the most dense population of black people anyway? So I feel like if you take it out of there, you kind of take the chance for a lot of black people to come. You know what I mean? Unless the ones that is living, in the valley and all these other places. But you take
But if
it
it's
out
that
of there,
important
it's
to
like,
you, you got to commute, and that's what I'm saying. If you love MLK, that Dr. MLK that much, you will commute, and that's what's going to eliminate all the knuckleheads. Because if you push out a little further, they're not going to have ways of transportation. You got to realize going down Crenshaw, you can catch the train now. The train didn't exist over like 10 years ago. You can catch the train now there. You got bus system now. You got it to the point now where cats is Ubering, lifting, and all that shit up there.
yeah, niggas,
But like bro said, don't nobody go for MLK.
yeah.
If you don't bang, you going because you know all the thoughts finna be out there. All the ratchets, all the big booty 304s. And then let's say the single moms, they out there with their kids because now you got
It's
the
an off
jumpers, you got the slides, you got the music, it's
clown,
concerts going
yeah.
on, Tommy the Clown. Like, we going for the
Entertainment.
events. And then if you
Festivities,
game
yeah.
banging, you're going to game bang. Nobody going to celebrate King except maybe your mama and them.
Yeah, the elderly.
Maybe-
I feel like
maybe
they
they-
do.
And they barely doing it. They just going because it's an event. If they have that same event next
Tradition at
month
this
and
point,
say it's
yeah.
going to be a parade on this day, they don't have to put a name on it. Niggas is
Niggas
showing
be
up.
there.
Nigga.
No,
That's a
I
fact.
think the King Day Parade has to. That name is going to show because it kind of brings that. Okay,
Now you're not hearing what I'm saying. The whole
Niggas
point
wanna
is I'm
party
getting
and
that.
bullshit.
Yeah, if they
Yeah.
say it's going to be a parade in Lamert Park next month, niggas is showing up, nigga.
I disagree with that because Lamar Park always have a whole bunch of African little events up there, and it ain't never that.
That's
You
not
know?
that's true,
a
they do.
big parade.
Well-
That small little section, yeah, niggas is not going. This is a parade where, like we said, people can feel their presence felt. Nigga, MLK, that day is going to be remembered for whoever got cracking that day. Nigga, they gonna feel like they won that day, nigga.
No, for sure, like,
Man,
they
man,
floating around
that-
social media right now. So
Yeah.
let's just say you was one of them young niggas beating shit up, and your video got 1 million views. Nigga, you a
Right now,
trophy
yeah,
right
you
now.
walking through the hood like,
Nah,
nigga,
fact.
You a trophy for the hood
What if
right
you
now.
the other ones that was getting whooped in? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Police,
now it's
right?
time to slide.
Man, well, then that's what I'm trying to tell you. And then when you start doing that, then we perpetuating that same hate. That
niggas going to Malcolm mode by any means necessary. Yeah.
And this is the thing. Why Malcolm don't have parades? Why Malcolm ain't got no streets?
yeah.
actually in New
Shout
York
out
he
to
do.
New York, he
in
do.
New York he do.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm about to
shout
say
out.
New York he do.
I know, but every state, nigga, I was in Denver, Colorado, the whitest place damn near in the U.S., bro. When I landed, went to the mall, they told me, what are you doing here? Be careful. They just had a Klan meeting. I was driving and wound up on MLK.
It's the
And
hood.
it was the hood, and every bar there was black. I'm like, oh shit, I found the black area. MLK, of course.
Because that's a signal for them to let them know. You know where you at, nigga?
So MLK
when
is
they-
like the back signal
No,
for all black people.
Yes,
No, it's
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. It's the bad signal for them. You going down the wrong street.
Dog-
Right.
a
You
dog
off of
whistle.
MLK.
You see
Yeah.
MLK
Yeah.
turn the fuck around. Like Long Beach, nigga, you be
And
in
nigga, that's in the
Signal
set,
Hill.
nigga. King Ave, nigga.
That's what I'm
the
saying.
set.
You be in Signal Hill, it be California Street. Once you get to the hood, it turn into
King.
MLK. Literally, it go from California to MLK. Now you in the set. They're
I
going to
still, I
Dairy.
still look at that like MLK. I don't know why they call it California anyway. But like you said, you go over the little hump, nigga, you right there, 23rd, and you go right, you
in the set,
Yeah,
nigga.
so.
Well, let me ask you this then. With all that, being said about that, do you feel like if corporal punishment was implemented in the household, all this ruckus wouldn't be going on?
No, I think we need resources. People need money. And what proves that is PPP, EDD. Crime rate went down. Whether you want to say they were scamming or the violent crime rate went down when people have money. When you're too busy spending money, you're not thinking about violence like that. Yes, some people are the anomaly and they still be on their bullshit on some King Von shit. Okay, I got the money to do hits now. But for the most part, people want to get some money. They want to get some jewelry. They want to get a car. They want to live life. They want to be able to experience life. And right now, the youth, they don't have that option. So what's the other outlet? And I got all this testosterone.
Exactly.
I'm stupid, nigga.
Money, and that's why money is crazy, because they say money is the root of all evil, but you got your worst thoughts when you broke. That's when you want to do the worst shit. When you got your money, you cool. So it's like that can alleviate the playing field, but they know they want this cycle to keep going. They're loving this when they see that type of shit going viral. That's why the pigs are sitting there watching. I'm not getting involved. Let them kill each other. Probably reminded them like the scene on Django where they was fighting in the living room.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they don't really care about that. They're watching it. You see, it's a gang of white cops watching the blacks. Let them kill each other. The same way the Klansmen said. We ain't even got to take them out no more. They're gonna take out each other. Yeah. So I think it's the mindset. Like bro said, we need resources. You had a lot of different things when we was coming up. Like
That too.
what I mean is like you had the YMCAs was heavy. You had a lot of different activities,
school programs.
school programs,
lunch trucks,
a lot of things. The game trucks, nigga. They used to bring the game trucks on the block and let the kids play. Like you ain't getting none of that. So I just think that's one of the biggest things, and the way people are raising these kids. And you're not being more predominant in their lives. You just send them to school and let them learn what they learn on their own. You have to be, I think, in my opinion, overly programming your kids as they grow up. You got to stay in their ear, I should say.
So I want to piggyback off of that real quick. If we bring back the black father in the household, I think that would alleviate all that negativity, because if you got a father in the household, if you saying you going out there doing this bullshit, I'm going to be on your ass. That child's going to have more of a fear of you than actually trying to join or do that bullshit that's outside. We need to start bringing back the black father, because I'm going to tell you this right now. Ain't no son going to ever test their daddy, because their daddy's a real one. He not going to whoop his daddy. And his daddy's going to prevent all that extra shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's going to save him all the time, but it will have him second guessing of like, all right, let me not act the fool when I'm out here with my
fathers
homies,
definitely do matter. And you can just look at the statistics of how kids turn out when their dad is there.
Exactly.
For sure. It's not 100% foolproof, because at the end of the day, the kids still got to go outside. And I done seen plenty of videos of dads going crazy, slapping the shit out their sons on Facebook, bringing their son to the block because his son just got put on and he letting them know, hey, my son ain't from this hood. So kids still are going to make their own decisions for the most part. That's why bro said you got to be really gaming them up. But the fucked up part about the system is the parents don't have the game. And the parents is burnt out because they at work all day. So they ain't got nothing to give. They come home on E. You can't charge a battery when your battery is on E. So if you come home on E, what the fuck you got to offer your kids? Damn near nothing. You just want to be left the fuck alone. So most of these kids out here is raising themselves for real if you want to keep it 100.
Nah, facts. And I think it's a little more complex than just having a father. The father is a strong point for sure, but then you become the sum of what the 5 people you're around. And if you in a gang-infested area, a gang-infested school, eventually you're going to adopt that mindset of habit. You're going to spend more time with your friends than you do with your parents that's at work all day. And outside of that, I just think it's going to be hard unless because it's the culture out here. That's what people don't understand.
It's the culture.
Gang bang is the culture. The same way you go to a certain place and they full of maybe Christians or Muslims, or the way they live the lifestyle that is influenced out here in California. Until that lifestyles, in other words, if blacks don't get on the same page, it's not going to change. There's no way around it. And then you got to think, a lot of these older people are not in these kids' lives no more for the positive. And then a lot of kids get taught BS from the older people. You know what I'm saying? Sending them on missions, programming them, teaching them how to do certain things, how to live a life of crime. So a lot of that stuff, and a lot of these niggas just want to be heard. They want to be a part of something.
Bro, I just saw a kid get a DP because he wasn't in the hood enough. And the nigga was like, man, where the fuck you been? He said, man, I've been at work, man. I got school. So I don't give a fuck about none of that, nigga. You got phase coming right now. Nigga got DP for having a job and going to school. So when you in that type of environment and these is your friends,
bro.
like, come on. Like, that's like growing up in an Amish neighborhood and you expecting to turn out Muslim. No, nigga, you're going to turn out Amish.
That's why I was saying a father, because then at least with a father coming in, that even if it is a 2-parent household and they could be burnt, that father, especially with a boy, is going to want their child to do some type of extracurricular activity. I hate to sound cliche, but sports, that's when they come involved. Absolutely. So that's why fathers tend to push their kids in sports so they can stay away from the negativity and keep their mind occupied by doing something. If it's not sport, it's music or it's plays or whatever the case may be. I do know fathers tend to be more active, especially now. Shout out to all the millennial fathers. they're more active now. So they are getting their kids into those type of extracurricular activities, so they won't just be sitting at home with this idle time.
But
No,
this
it's
is
a
what I
fact.
think. This is what I think. Things take a village. You have to have
Support system.
a support system outside of just what's going on in your home. And not what I mean is if they're around different, like you said, different fathers, their friends have the same sort of like-minded type of lifestyle, then that maybe can alleviate some things. They won't need to be feeling accepted or need to be peer pressured or certain things if you're keeping them. And then it's hard to get them out of these school districts. And a lot of them don't want to leave the school district.
No, they now they have open enrollment, open school district depending on what school you trying to. If you're a baller, they do have some like.
If you're a baller, you can go anywhere.
Yeah,
They'll pay
that's
for you
what
to
I'm
go.
saying.
Most
Yeah,
kids
But
ain't
but
ballers.
exactly.
Yeah, that's how-
that
I
alleviates.
will say the environment does matter.
Yeah.
100% for sure. The environment matters. The school matters. You'll even see a change in your kids' attitude, demeanor, just based on where they go to school. Like my son, for sure, he don't want to go to school in no motherfucking ghetto area. He don't want to go to school in no urban area. And that nigga is suburban Fresh Prince. Like he love his little suburban life. I remember I transferred him. I'm like, nah, you need to be around some more black people, man. That nigga, first week of school, he like, nah, I got to get up out of here. Not that he didn't want to be around black people. He was like, the kids here are doing dumb shit.
It's the shit you got to deal with that's different. And I think that's something that we praise, but the reality is it's not something to praise. It's not, we've had to take it and make it ours and make do with it. But if you get the ability or the opportunity to be somewhere else, like that's normal. What the shit we got to go through, the police officers at the school trying to railroad you already.
Right.
You got niggas getting shot outside the school, niggas fighting, all different types of shit going on. Niggas not focusing in class, no extracurricular activities. The sports teams is trash. You got all type of shit going on. It's like, that's not normal. We're exposed to underprivileged areas where we had to fight to survive. You always want to, it's normal to grow up in a place where those things don't exist. We're just so used to the struggle in this type of intense environment that we think that's the norm, and it's not. It's really not.
No, it's definitely not. Especially if you got a daughter. Bro, the shit that these little girls is doing, and these little girls is doing it everywhere. They doing it everywhere. But the only difference that I really notice is maybe the violence, the fighting. It's gossip everywhere. These little girls is hoes everywhere.
Yeah.
A lot of them be more hoes in these suburban schools than not. These parents, these suburban parents, bro, they letting their kids fuck at home. They hosting the parties. They buying the alcohol. After the game, when they win, nigga, not the coaches, excuse me, but the parents going back with the kids, like, nigga, it's a whole different struggle. This shit ain't going on in the hood. Yeah, we got gang violence and all that other shit, but you ain't finna be drinking with your parents. Ain't no orgies, nigga. It ain't none of that going on. So
one thing I can say though, they is in the urban neighborhoods, they smoking and drinking with kids.
Yeah,
that's
all of that shit is
That's a
happening.
fact.
I just don't think the parents are necessarily encouraging it. Where it's like, our parents would be like, don't do what I do, do what I say, or some shit. You'd be like, all right, why can't I do that? Like, nigga,
these little motherfuckers, like, you gonna drink anyway. You might as well start with me.
That's their thing. If I can put you in an environment where I can give you a little bit or expose you to it without you, you know what I mean? Then maybe you won't go off the hinges. Because I think a lot of people's thinking is, if I tell you don't do it, you're going to do it. So if I kind of let you do it a little bit, maybe you'll be like, all right.
But then at some point, then when is your job as a parent kicked in? Because these are not your fucking friends.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. We got to start creating boundaries. And that's what's wrong with these soft-ass parents. You guys are afraid to create boundaries. Y'all want to be y'all child's friends so bad where y'all forgetting the dynamic role. And that's why they feel like these children are entitled as adults at early age. Why you feel like they can be having sex at an early age? Why you feel like they can have dope in their system at an early age, drink? Bro, it's age-appropriate behavior for a reason. Because if that's the case, take away all the laws of children being 18 and, being legal. If we're going to be operating in that manner.
You know what the difference I notice is? The age gap of the parents. Most of the parents is still kids they self.
Mm-hmm.
We the generation, well, not even our generation, the next generation, Gen Z, they're the generation of the young-ass parents. Nigga, we had old-ass parents.
Yeah, that's
Moms was old, pops was old. So that gap of trying to be an adult friend, that was a no-no. You couldn't even hang out when the adults was having kickbacks and drinking their wine coolers, playing spades.
Nigga, if you can't
had to go in the back room or outside.
If you can't interrupt, it better be something serious.
Facts,
Yeah.
nigga.
My pops was not.
But
That's
not,
so
that,
God.
not only that your mama getting on, your pops getting on, you nigga, the whole table
Whole
getting on
They
you,
will
nigga.
beat your ass if
My
it's
pops
not
said-
Oh, that nigga done lost his damn mind coming in here with grown folks talking.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Or-
this is another thing I be seeing people with kids, they really, like you said with the friend thing, they be really having the nerve to answer to the kids.
yeah.
Like you having a whole conversation. It shouldn't be nothing else. The back talking is crazy.
That
You was getting
part.
smacked for that. To even question why I'm telling you to do what you do is wild to me when I see it.
explaining to you.
Yeah,
like,
fuck is you talking
fuck?
about? If you
Because
don't
I
do what I
said so,
just
that's
told you,
it.
Exactly.
kids be talking, I'm gonna do it when I want to, all
What?
type of crazy shit. Like we said, only people that did that, nigga, I had a couple white friends
White people.
that could talk crazy like that. Outside of that, you was black and allowing that, and people be like, well, I don't want to be how people was with me. It's like, cause it's a kid for a reason.
Exactly.
You're preparing them
To be
for
an
life.
adult,
Yes,
exactly,
yeah.
bro.
They shouldn't have an option. You know what's best for them.
Because
Not
In
them.
most cases, though, that's what ends up happening from generation to generation. You look at Gen X, you look at millennials, you look at Gen Z. What that generation lacked as children, or what they felt like maybe was a negative within their childhood, they kind of try to go the opposite of that within, when they become parents. So that's why I think you see a lot of millennial parents treat their kids more as, I don't want to say human beings, but have more like of a
sympathy or
have more
empathy.
like of a have more like of a voice. Like you can come to me and say, hey, what you did hurt my feelings, or I feel like, why can't I go over to Susie's, or why you parents have given their children more of a voice, because I think when they were kids, they never really it was my way or the fuck it's the highway. That's it.
I'm gonna say this.
But that's what it's supposed
Which
to be.
it should be. I think it should be a balance, but I think what happens is each generation just overdoes whatever it is.
One thing I don't like
Do too
about this generation of parents, not to cut you off, stop selling mediocrity to your kids as perfection.
Participation trophies. A motherfucker.
Participation trophy. If your kid is trash, you don't necessarily gotta say, little nigga, you trash. But don't be like, oh, you're perfect. No, nigga, let's
you got a lot to
grind.
work on.
Yeah, you got a lot to work on, because they're gonna go in the real world with this false ideology, thinking that everything they did was perfect and they never made a mistake. And when they start making mistakes and the real world gives them the results of those mistakes, they're not gonna be built for that, because you lied to them their whole fucking life.
Like a resilience. That's what it is. We're building up, we're doing this false hope as make it seem like there's something that they're not. And to kind of go back what you said, Kylie, with the balancing, I think it can be a balance, but it has to be a tip scale balance where I don't mind you speaking what I allow you to speak. So if you're having a bad day at school, if you feel like you're being bullied or whatever the case may be, then you can talk to me. But if I'm telling you to do a direct order, that is not the time for you to question me. So that's why I'm telling you to create boundaries of, if I'm telling you to do your chores, there's no talk back, because again, when you cut these lights on, when you open up the refrigerator, when you turn on that shower, it's hot water. I do my job. So I expect you to do your job as long as you're my child, and as long as you're living in my household.
The kid has to know that you control that switch at any moment. We cool, but it can always go back to.
It's
I'm putting my foot
it's
down.
just at the end of the day, it's a separation. That's all it is. Like people don't understand. Like even I had like a lot of people's households is different. Like I go to some of my friends' house where you have to say uncle, you have to say auntie, you have to say grandma, you have to address moms, pops a certain way. Like you couldn't just be calling them by their first names and things in that nature. So I think that is a little different.
I be not to cut you. I trip when niggas call it. Don't say auntie before they auntie's name or uncle, because I'm a grown ass man. I still say uncle to his
Right,
name.
you
or
need to
auntie
be
their name. I
reminded
still do that.
of the separation. That goes back to what you said, and then a lot of these parents care too much about how their kids feel. In my opinion, like you said, when it comes to direct orders, a direct order is a direct order. Now, I would say you can maybe get a kid some understanding later, like on why this happened, so they don't have to really do it again. Because you can get told something and don't really understand what the fuck just happened. But now, once you break it down to them later, like, what the fuck?
But you know what, too? Like a lot of lessons that they did do that too. What I will say is it was a slow burn, where it's like if I try to really give you the game at 10, you're not gonna understand. This is something that when you hit 20 or 15, you're gonna have that moment where you're like, oh, this is what you was talking about. So I think sometimes leaving that open, because my pops would be like, oh, you understand when you're older, you understand this, or you understand that, like didn't necessarily give me the game then, because maybe I couldn't all the way understand it. But then you come to that point where you're like, this is exactly the shit. When these niggas say ain't nothing new under the sun, like this is what these niggas
Look, let me give y'all a jewel too, right? So I was looking at this study, and they said there's one key thing that separates people's success rate over a lifetime, and it happens when you're a kid. So it's not your test scores. It's not necessarily where you went to school. It ain't even necessarily, both parents. Like the biggest key factor is kids that did chores and kids that didn't.
Yep. I seen
Simply making your bed and doing chores is the first real job that you have as a kid that you complete. So it's those small habits that every day I got to win. I made my bed. Okay, I got the kitchen. I did the dishes. I mopped. I did. That shapes you for a lifetime, and the success gap between the kids who did chores and didn't is like this. No matter the test scores or none of that, just the simple fact that you put that discipline in your kid when they was kids to do them chores, and what a lot of our parents do, not even our parents, our generation of parents will assign chores. Kids don't do them right. They go do the chores for the kid. I be having to get on my girl.
Man,
the fuck is you doing? Oh,
Bruh.
he not doing it right. He doing it on purpose because your dumb ass gonna do it for him every time.
Hey, can I tell you something?
That's a great point.
I've done this before where my daughter has left food on a glass plate, whatever the case may be. I'm like, damn, this dish is not clean correctly. You know what? Since it was in the cabinet, let's wash all 4 of these that was stacked up right there. Let's rewash all of them because I don't even know if you washed them all correctly. Right. And I will remake her do it. And I will sit there and watch her.
And that's the best thing right there. Because I would say that if I did something, didn't clean up right, mom's gonna she gonna show you one time ever. And then, or if not, she gonna stand there and tell you and guide you, nigga, to do every step, nigga.
Yeah, for sure.
Go ahead, scrub that, nigga. Put some more soap on that. Get in that corner.
Grease,
Or I say clean the kitchen. I say do the dishes, clean the whole kitchen, nigga. Stove top, everything. And it's crazy because as I got older, I had to go back and I had to tell my mama thank you. I hated doing chores when I was a kid because we used to come home, nigga. Whatever you had to do, we had it weekly. So you had to do, if you had the kitchen, you had it for a week. You had the living room, bathroom, you had it for a week straight. You knew that was your chore. Yep. But I hated it because I used to want to hear her get outside. But she's like, nigga, don't go outside until this is done. But as you got older, then you realize damn, okay, you more of you low-key could be a neat freak. You low-key clean up just off of just unconsciously a lot more. Then you get around people that's the opposite, dirty, clothes everywhere, shit just toe up just filthy. Yeah, not necessarily judgment. I do, but I can tell in your mental space something else is going on up here. If I go to a
woman's house, man, and it looks like,
oh yeah, of course,
you know what I'm saying. But that's more so I'm looking at. And then also too, you said something that you didn't even recognize what your mom did. Take care of your business, then play later. You handle your business now. You can enjoy it. You ain't got to worry about coming back and then doing it. And you know what I'm saying?
You get home,
you already done. Your job is already done. You can once you finish your job, you can focus on what you need to do. After that, go have as much fun as you want to. Then when you come back in the house, you still chilling.
This is where fathers kick in because our generations of moms was way more stern than this generation of moms. The generations before us, the moms didn't play. They was low-key putting more belt to ass than the dads, nigga. The dads had to get moms off. Hey, hold on, you finna kill that little nigga. Yeah. This generation, they know how to finesse mom. They half-ass clean up. She come in, yell at them, get mad, clean the whole room for them. This how you supposed to clean it. And this is rinse, cycle, and repeat. Pops ain't going for that. Nope. Man, get your little ass in there and re-clean that shit.
I'm gonna take his TV out. I'm gonna
if
take
you got
a
problem with it, don't come out until it's done, nigga. Facts. There is no nothing. You probably won't even eat, nigga, until you finish.
Real talk. You have to not like that with children, bro. Sometimes you got to take it to the extreme so they understand that you're not playing with them. Then they understand that lifelong lesson. Okay, when pops or moms tell me to do something, I need to do it because this can happen, and I don't like this.
And I think the grannies are very, very, very important. I think we losing them recipes too because a lot of
grannies are 42 right now. So Kylie, you know that?
Yeah, it's like grannies is born in 1989. It's like that's not even old.
Bro, Munchie B is a granddad.
Yeah, it's like come on, bro.
Wow.
Munchie B is younger than me. He's a granddad. So just think about nigga, granddad. You thinking of gray hair. Oh, got a pocket full of money for you.
Cause a lot of these kids, even my pops and mom, they had my dad's mom to kind of be there to a certain degree to run, not hover over them, but you could go to somebody who was an elder who understood certain things, or maybe you freaking out over the newborn and you have that lady that's already birthed 6, 7 kids, whatever. No, that's just this, or that's just that. She can give you that knowledge.
Put the rum on the gums and with 18,
whatever it is, or you might need to take a break off or whatever. It's certain things that Granny was able to do. Provide extra. Just a lot of things that Granny, Grandpa, uncles, and aunties
is all that shit gone.
Yeah, we don't got no more.
I can say at least when I was in high school, you started to see the change. You always had maybe 1 or 2 females that was pregnant at school young. Yeah. Then you start to see it change more and more. Like more babies started having babies. Then you start seeing more kids, unaliving kids. Like that's where life is at today at this point. Like everybody's starting younger with everything.
And I don't know how it was for y'all, but when it started being Planned Parenthoods at the schools and shit like that, where you can go get which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing because, you know, kids are having sex. So if you want, you know, certain information or things you might need, STD testing or whatever it is, that's cool to be able to access that as a kid. But it also shows you like kind of how much I think we're doing it and how much that has increased compared to back then.
And
I'm
it's
gonna tell you
excluding the parents because, you know, at 12 years old, they can seal your children's medical record now.
Oh yeah, yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Taking
So
the rights
it's
away.
a pro and con for them to have that access to, you know, if they need that for their health. But it shows you where the parents is lacking information. What if your child has an STD that can't go away? But the school and them didn't tell you because the child is over the age of 12 because they have access to a Planned Parenthood or some type of medical clinic there.
I'm gonna tell you where it went wrong. Like bro said, when we was growing up, you started to see little young girls having babies. You know how the government dropped guns and drugs off in the hood? You hear about the stories about the guns getting dropped off at the train station, the crack getting dropped off. Them baby fat jackets with the fur on the hood. I don't know what they had in them, but every girl in high school that had one got pregnant. Everyone.
That's
Ashanti
everyone.
of Coach Carter had one.
Oh God, everyone was pregnant.
I was going to add a little more ingredient. I'd say like the Bad Girls Club, all that type of stuff. I kind of added on a little more
This
to
was
it.
way before Bad Girls Club.
But
This
look
with
at
the
that,
rings and
even
the clear lip
Yes,
gloss.
yes.
Yeah.
And the Melissas, nigga. You had clear Melissas on, pregnant.
Even on a different level, when you think about this, just been part of their programming. This the TV show, 16 and Pregnant.
For sure.
They made it seem like it was
You was
cool.
gonna be- yeah, you get your own TV show.
Get your
Teen
own
moms.
TV show, but not even that. The reality of those people, how they was growing up, they never showed the teens pregnant in the hood. You know what I'm
Real
saying?
talk. They didn't show Keisha in there down the street.
Yeah, they didn't show the females that's out here by themselves that ain't got the family, they ain't got the parents that's helping them. Like, so I just think it's been a lot of misconceptions on things, and people just made it cool. Some people don't even know why they just having kids, not really even intentional about
Anytime
nothing.
I want to be a young mom, I'm like, all right, I mean, that's cool.
Hey, Masai, remember this too, since you bringing up TV shows. Remember on Maury Povich show, they used to have that the little wild kids was like doing the most and things like
you
that.
gotta come in there acting the fool.
Dr.
Yeah.
Phil, you talking about like the Catch Me Outside?
Catch Me
girl.
Outside got famous.
It was a lot
off of
before
shit.
that though.
Yeah.
I know what short
Yeah, they used to have the drill
yeah.
sergeant come,
Yeah,
yell at
yeah,
him.
but a lot of
straight,
little girls
yeah.
are very promiscuous and all that type of stuff. I used to be like, when I was their age, I'm like, damn, why she don't live by me? But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nigga need a
Hey,
free
look,
sex
niggas
door,
used to look
yeah.
at that like I wish I would get on one of them
Yeah,
shows.
come on, man.
Nigga, but you thinking about nutting up on acting a fool on them niggas. So it's like I understand the mentality, but then you learn a lot of that stuff end up being fake.
Hey, look, let's switch gears a little bit, right? So before we get into the music, this is one topic. I'm like, damn, I don't really see too many people talking about this. So if you had one critique about yourself that you had to change to adjust to increase your podcast skills, what would it be?
I'm gonna stop saying and all that. Using filler words. Yeah.
So filler words.
That's one of the main things I criticize myself the most about, not speaking fluent.
Okay, so myself, I'm trying to limit the over talking because my brain works very fast. And it's a gift and a curse.
Mhm.
I usually know where somebody is going with their point within the first few words or the first few sentences. So I already want to, my brain is already starting to compute responses as you're talking. And I want to hurry up and respond because we got 4 people and a nigga might make another point. He might make another point, and then my brain start to compute his point, and I already lost the point from what you said. So before I lose it, I'll be trying to hurry up and when you listening to the pod back, you like, oh, this shit sounds crazy.
Do you know where they going already, or are you assuming where they going, or did they spark something that made you just want to react?
I'm gonna be honest,
because
it's
you can't.
low-key a gift. I low-key be knowing right where they going.
I'm
being honest.
I'm
I
say
be
that's
knowing where
sparking
they
up an
going.
idea because it's been times where y'all talk, like Kali done said something. I'm like, ooh, and remember I had it like it'd be like just sparks. But for me, it's kind of piggybacking off of you, not filler words, but more so not necessarily cussing as much and then using my vocabulary that I'm capable of. You
Less
know what I'm
slang
saying?
for me, yeah. Less slang, less over talking for sure. Trying to just have the sentences without or lowering my usage of the N word too. To be honest,
That's a good one.
I think I've definitely lowered my usage of the N-word. I go back and watch early episodes. That shit was every other word. I for sure limited the cursing. And YouTube restrictions made me do that because they flagged the video. They lessen your reach. So I started to censor myself in real time.
yeah.
I even found myself doing that around the house.
You know what, too? I'm going to say doing this as well, being around y'all. Remember, shit, dude, the girl got raped in S.A. Like, bro, we on camera, bro, relax. He like, oh, man, my bad, I'm in content mode. Like, nah, dude, relax, bro.
Hey, I did do that.
Man, we had a conversation off camera, and he was just like talking that. I'm like, bro, you know ain't nobody around. He was like, oh, yeah, my bad, bro. I'm so used to it. But yeah, hey, also, too, like being around y'all and also like just our group text, it makes me want to be more worldly knowledgeable and current events. Keeping up now, current events is now like for me, when y'all throw stuff and I don't be aware of, I instantly go to Google, all that type of stuff just to get more into it. To be like, okay, let me be prepared for when the episode comes. So y'all keep me on my toes, pause.
Nah, for sure.
They got pause for anything.
Okay. Look, before we talk about the Andrew Tate, clavicular, and all that stuff, if y'all even want to talk about that, I low-key wanted to talk about some music, right? So this was another question I had. Name one next big thing rapper that you were most disappointed to see never reach their full potential. And I'm going to go name one that is deceased and name one that's still alive. So this rapper was painted out to be the next big thing. You found out about him before he was the next big thing, but he never reached that point. Either he deceased or he never reached it.
I got a few, man. Big L, rest in peace. Stack Bundles.
I said name one, nigga.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll
Name
go.
the
All
one.
right, keep it West Coast. Shout out to Mossberg, Compton's finest, bro. He was hard. He was part of the DJ Quick clan under that tree. I feel like he was gonna be bigger than Game, bro. His style, his flow, he was nice. Shout out to Mossberg. If he would have never been deceased, I really feel like he had a strong trajectory.
It ain't nobody that didn't make it that got deceased. I'm really trying to think for the most part.
Name one that's alive. Okay, let's start with the deceased. So you say Mossberg.
I say Mossberg.
Shut up, nigga. Shout out to Mossberg. DJ Quick protege.
He said Big L.
Died. That was trying to.
You said Big L?
Can I say Pac?
No.
Yeah,
Pac,
you can say Pac.
Pac reached the.
I don't think he reached as far
You
as
can
he was.
say
He was going
Pac.
to do TV. He was going to have TV shows, production companies. He's probably going to be walking runways. It was a lot of shit.
If we looking at it in that context,
Well, yeah,
I'm just looking at it as somebody that never
'cause
actually
Pac,
blew.
yeah.
Pac blew even when he was at his
like Pac
he got to a point
recent-
where he got to see the biggest level of stardom. Now we can say now he would have been
Bigger.
where would he have been at in 10, 20 years. We would love to see that. But I think he reached the heights you can reach in rap.
because he got to see Me Against the World. He got to see All Eyes on
The
Me.
nigga did movies. He did
Yeah.
all type of shit.
Do y'all remember it was a rapper who got popped over at the mall? I forget his name. Light-skinned nigga.
You
He
talking
was
about
from
the way-
Atlanta?
Dollar.
Who died?
Yeah.
He was
At
popped
the
because I
Beverly
remember
Center.
listening to him growing up, and then he got whatever happened to him at the Beverly Center. It was at a Cheesecake Factory, I think, or something.
I know
Yeah,
it was at the
I
Beverly
remember
Center. I think
Dollar
they caught him. They flew.
Yeah, he's from Gangsters.
Yeah.
He had some gang beef going on, flew out here, got smoked.
Or for me, either him, Speaker Knockers. I don't know if y'all know who Speaker Knockers is. I thought Speaker Knockers was gonna go crazy. You got Lil Snoop. That was somebody else who I
Lil
thought
Snoop for sure. That was a great
who
one.
could have really went crazy. Niggas was hot when when the shit happened to him. So I'll probably say Snoop or Speaker Knockers.
Snoop is a good one.
Who was yours?
I'm gonna say Stack Bundles for sure. Stack Bundles, that was like that hit me the hardest as far as like rappers dying. I was too young to really feel the death of Pac, but Stack, like literally, I'm in high school waiting for this nigga to blow up. Then I'm in the pen, I get a letter, hey, Stack just got smoked. That fucked me up. The closest rapper to that was Nip.
Yeah, Nip.
I'm gonna say Stack.
I don't feel like- y'all don't- hold on,
I'm gonna
y'all don't
say
feel
Nip,
like-
but I don't count Nip the same way
he
you
blew
count
up.
Pac.
Yeah, I
he
think
blew
Pac
up.
and Nip is
But
in
for
that
sure, I would
same-
love to see Nip still going on. It's crazy because he got unreleased music that be online that I've been hearing. Like, why they ain't dropping these songs? It'd be a hook or something. It's crazy. He probably got a gang of unreleased music that we ain't hearing. But Lil Snoop for sure.
Yeah,
that
he
was my
crazy
guy when he came out.
Niggas
Yeah.
like, what the hell?
Even I still be watching that in the
freestyle
studio
in the
with
studio?
him. With me.
Yeah.
That nigga went crazy.
Yeah.
Big L, I was big on Big L, Ebonics, and the Danger Zone. Shout out to Big L. Rest in peace to Big L. They saying shit. Jay might have not been Jay had Big L not died.
What's with it? Because people like that, because you can't count Big Pun either, though. Because Big Pun, I'm starting to see the debates. They saying Big Pun was harder than Biggie.
That you could argue that.
Yeah.
Pun was nigga.
I don't know.
Back in the back of the
Niggas
back of
start
the
going in the files on
yeah.
Pun. You gotta go. You gotta re-listen to Pun. He was that guy.
No, Pun
was
has
talking
some
that
hits,
shit.
but big, man.
I know.
You
I'm
ain't
just
a killer.
saying, man. He can rap with the best of them.
I
Pun
get
can
it,
rap
but-
with anybody.
Niggas bleed just like good. I don't know, Biggie. Yeah.
I hear
No,
you.
Pun
I'm
was
just saying,
different.
though.
Pun was
somebody-
different. And he had hits.
Somebody who's alive though.
Someone who's alive.
I got it for me.
Go.
Big Crit. For me, it was Big Crit.
That's
But
a
what-
good.
yo,
He
Crit
was cracking like 2010
was
to 20 years.
cracking. I'm talking about
Yeah.
this when Nip first got cracking, Wiz first got cracking. He was that guy for the South. He had classic material. He could not miss on the mixtapes. For whatever reason, he just never fully crossed over. And I felt like he was going to be the next big superstar.
But do you think
he
that
had everything it took to me?
Do you think it's the industry things? Because he did perform at the BET Awards. He had one of the best performances. He did like some whole encrypted message in his music on that day. And that was I forgot what year that was. I gotta look it up. But that wasn't too long ago. But Big Crit for sure, he was one of the ones. I just think people like him, they don't want to go into certain doors in that industry. So,
Crit was nice.
Get the independent money, get paid and kind of do your thing.
I'm gonna go with people that are alive. Is gonna be two. I'm gonna say BG because of the drug use. Because I feel like BG was one of the talents, one from Cash Money, but that kind of make him fall off a little bit in the jail. And then I don't know if y'all know who Fox is. He used to be with Webby.
I know who Fox is.
Fox is dope, bro. He basically had to wipe me down, but then they got on the remix with Webby.
Took over the song,
And they took
yeah.
over the song. But Fox is low-key talented from the Trill fam. He was dope. And I don't understand why he never got like the credit like Boosie and Webby did. But Fox Emilio, man, that first album, I think was called Street Gospel, like Sugar Free. Y'all go check that album out. It got bangers on there.
Fox was cool, but for a while his voice was sometimes annoying to me, and I just think his hooks and subject. I can't say subject matter, but I don't think a lot of his resonated like Boosie and Webby. Like their music was more heartfelt in the streets. But
I think I'll say Isaiah Rashad. He was on TDE when he came out with that first album, Sylvia demo. Then that shit went crazy for me. At least that whole, you got Heavenly Father, Webby. You got a lot of different tracks on there if you go back and listen to it. He was the new thing. Him and SZA came out at the same time. I thought he was gonna go crazy. Then he had a little pill usage, and then he came out with that second album. And I don't know if y'all remember the whole.
Was he the one that got caught on that tape?
On the tape, and then from there it was over with. But he was somebody that I was looking at, Shot You Down, and he had that remix that went crazy. I thought he was gonna be the next big thing on TDE, and then just went away.
I can't really think of nobody that's alive that without getting smoked that felt like they had really them star qualities. Like it's hard to think right off the back of the head.
Jewels?
Jewels. I feel like he got big, but I would say even if you go to that route, you could say the J Hoods, the Corey Guns.
What about Young Buck? Because I felt like that Straight Outta Cashville album.
I feel like he reached the biggest he could have got.
I don't think Buck was getting bigger than the G Unit group.
That's what I mean. Yeah, you got big as you can get.
Because if you say Buck, you low key could say Banks.
Right, and I feel like they reached peaks because they sold platinum albums and they did a lot of traveling with G Unit. Beck for Mercy went platinum. Like that was the biggest he was gonna get unless you transcend it. So
I'll say Big Crit because to me he had the most mainstream appeal. Now you want to go mixtape, like you said, J Hood, J.R. Ryder. Shit, I can name names forever. J Mills.
Right.
I thought J Mills was out of here when he signed to Young Money.
Man, hey, y'all
I
know,
thought he was gone.
I thought Mills for sure was gonna take
He turned
off.
into one of them Young Moneyans. I'm like, oh, come on.
But he did right at first. They dropped the Dick Pleaser, him and Lil Wayne. J Mills killed it.
Had the best verse.
Yeah, then it was just like, I don't know what happened. He got into that bedrock.
He having a resurgence right now. He putting belt to ass on every battle rapper that say his name. So he got some motion right now. His name is making noise on YouTube. Every video he dropped be top 20 hyped. Mills going crazy right now.
What I do want to shout out though is that I'm not gonna lie, that French and Max B album, I'm fucking with it. I'm fucking with it. They got bangers on there, and I called this out on one of them episodes we was talking about. I said he just need to go tap in with French, and French actually did great on a lot of them songs. Like, and he got a distinct voice, so he's good at making that party music. Like, so I'm like, okay, he can send him commercial. They put the right videos and the right push behind it. They can do some things with
whatever they played on Fat Joe and Jada on that podcast, whatever song that was, that's out of here. Once that hit the clubs, and that's out of here. That shit was a banger.
And that new song he got over the Riding High beat, he did it on the Radar. He premiered it. That was a good one too. He's good for teaming up with French because French, with all them little African dance hall little records he was doing, he knows how to make records now, like hits, not just rap songs, but anthems for the whole world. So having that on your side is crazy. The Went Deaf on him, that shit, the little techno house vibe he got going on,
right?
With the the fly suits and just it seems like Uncut Gems. I don't know if you ever seen that movie,
Yeah,
but
with Adam Sandler.
that's the videography it gives me is that movie. So this is crazy.
Y'all gonna kill me with this. Freddie Gibbs, man. Freddie Gibbs is low-key fire,
Oh,
bro.
this
And then
nigga
I don't know what
here.
happened with him and Jeezy and all that, but hey, Freddie Gibbs got some hits, man.
Man,
Money,
Kevin Gates.
clothes,
His-
hey, I fuck with Gangsta Gibbs, man. He not gangster, but I fuck with Gangsta Gibbs,
lot of-
bro.
a
Hey,
lot
you
of-
know what's going on with Gibbs with me? You know how they say you judge a man by his woman? He wifed the porn star, got her pregnant, and she's still fucking while she pregnant right now. So I look at him crazy.
His first kids, don't he got?
They had a lot of public beef too. It was
Yeah, she was
nasty,
putting
yeah.
pictures of him spreading his
Yeah, it was-
asshole
it
out
was
on
crazy.
Twitter, all kind of crazy shit.
What?
So
that's-
Isn't that
that's
Eric
crazy,
Dickerson?
boy.
Isn't that Eric Dickerson's daughter?
I don't know who daughter it is.
From
I
the
just know
running back from
she.
the
It don't even
I know she
matter,
a porn
yeah.
star. I know she pregnant and she's still getting fucked while she pregnant. So she's a representation of her man. So I'm looking at that nigga crazy.
And it's not even, to me, it's just like, I don't know, I guess I never really been. People say, like you, that say he got a lot of good music. You ain't the only one. I seen a lot of people in the comments talking about Freddie Gibbs is that, but I don't even remember his run when he started blowing up.
Nah,
Like,
He
I
was
don't
fucking
never
with
know.
Jeezy and he was coming out here fucking
I
with Lil
remember that,
Sody.
yeah,
and
because
them.
he was on
Lil
TM the 103, right?
Yeah, he was on 103. He Lil Sody, old boy from Inglewood. I can't think of his name.
211.
211. He had a song with 211. He basically did like a Bone Thugs and Harmony remix beat. I think it was like Thuggish Ruggish Bone. They remixed the beat and that song is fire. If y'all look up Freddie Gibbs and 211, they got a hot ass song. That shit was hard. It was like years ago, but that song went hard.
Hey, J. Cole has an album and a mixtape coming. What are we expecting to hear from this? Now, Daylight said he heard everything and he said this is the highest level of rapping he's damn near ever heard. He said J. Cole is coming with a mission and he said his only mission is to show how nice his pen is before he dies. So I don't know why he said that. It is sounding as if he's about to retire. That's what it sounded like to me because he said, I want to show the world my pen before I die. Like he finna get up out of here or something.
To me, with the little thing he dropped, that song he dropped, it's a good song. He barred up a lot. He pretty much, I think, talked in reverse about his life. To me, what he's doing is, look, man, I made the records, I made the hits, I've done everything I could do. I'm a good lyricist. Like, I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm not saying the worst. I'm the worst. I'm J. Cole. This is what I am. Take it or leave it in, and that's what it is. I think that's what he's doing with that song. At least that's the message he was trying to give off. Is like, because he even said so many people critique the music instead of saying, well, damn, it's crazy that he even made it in the industry anyway, because how hard that is to do. So I think he's coming from that aspect of you shooting a shot in the dark, trying to become a rapper, let alone one of the top 3 at this day and age. I did that. At this point, it is what it is. I'm going to fall off. Not really fall off, but trying to be in this competition that y'all are trying to put me in, I'm done doing that when I'm just in my own league doing my own thing. I think that's what he's trying to get across with this. But for people in hip hop who wanted to hear him bar up against Kendrick, that's not doing anything for niggas. And it still, to a lot of people, could look like a cop-out.
Yeah, I just look at it, the fall off. A lot of people felt like he fell off. We just was having a conversation about what was J. Cole doing. So I'm happy that he's doing this. I'm expecting this to be a good project. I still fuck with Cole as a writer, songwriter. He's to me, he's one of the best that does it, especially right now, the way music is. And I think he's going to set the bar for people to really get back to respecting lyrics and things in that nature.
Right now, I'm neutral. He kind of lost me when he waved the white flag. This is hip hop. This shit is competitive. He is no longer one of the best because you quit. I don't care what you're saying. So I'm gonna come in with this album with open ears. You know what I'm saying? And he has to convince me to put me back on the squad again. Take me back to Dreamville, bro. I'm not about to sit up here and just give him the past and what he's did. I'm not giving him that no more.
I don't think he's giving us no ego or nothing. I think he's really coming on some humble shit because what other card can he really play?
Yeah,
nah,
man,
that snippet he dropped, he was popping it.
It's to me,
Nigga, he was just popping it, nigga.
To me, you talking about the one where he was washing the car?
Bro, he was popping it.
To me, it sounded like he was saying like I did it all. Like
He was spitting
No,
on
he
that,
was
though.
he was
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. He back popping that I'm the best rapper shit.
But it's like,
That's
to
what
me,
we
it's
need.
like,
Can he talk about that? Now
No,
we
he
know
can.
if he can,
can
is it
still-
gonna be respected?
he can still
if he
pop
talks
it. He
about
can't pop it in the sense of like you trying to get smoke from nobody. That's the main thing. But I think J. Cole is a substance rapper. He doesn't just make that type of music. He makes all. you can go through his category. He has songs for all different type of aspects of life. So I think he's way far more equipped than a lot of these rappers. It's like, y'all, this is what I mean. You just said Freddie Gibbs is on Twitter with his fucking ass popped open, and the nigga is praising him. But then we mad at J. Cole for backing up the battle. Like, how long? This is what I mean when we gonna have zero grace for that nigga. That's crazy work. Then he gonna sit here and say, no, let me finish talking. Then niggas sit here and say, I gotta be open minded. God damn, a nigga be wide open in the room, but he could be
wide open. It's crazy right now. See what I'm saying? Listen, bro.
That's how it sounded to me. Like,
I'm gonna just keep it real with you, bro. The antics and stuff like that. Like I said, one of my favorite rappers is Kevin Gates, bro. I separate the antics from the music, bro. The music of Freddie Gibbs is really good, all BS aside. Music of Kevin Gates is really good. I'm saying with J. Cole, bro.
But you not separating his antics.
No, I'm not. No. Well, his antics is part of the music. He waved the white flag in a battle when he kept saying, I'm part of the big three, me, Kendrick, and Drake, we whoop, whoop, whoop. And you had a chance to take the title, and you didn't even decide to get in the ring. Well, you got in the ring for a second, but you walked to it and realized, like, I really don't want no smoke. And it kind of made me like, damn, Cole, like,
that was wild. I think when nigga came on stage the next day, that shit y'all heard yesterday, I was just joking.
What is it?
I was
He never. I was playing. For one, he didn't say he was joking. He said he was influenced and it made him do it. And I just look at it. We can say I'm making excuses for him, but I think he's seen a direction of how personal that shit got. And I think he's seen that what's going on. I think with anybody in the industry, if they had a cipher, anything where Cole had to prove his pen or get on a track like a Rolling 25 Deep used to do, and we see who the hardest spitters is, I guarantee he'll get on there and kill
I agree with
you.
that.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that. But what I will say, that beef is going to tarnish him forever.
It
don't matter if we agree or not. And there is a large, I ain't going to say large, but there's a portion of people who say he made the right decision. Looking back on how the beef turned out, you got lifetime enemy, you got lawsuits, you got business deals fucked up. They're saying he made the right decision. The only reason I'm saying no, because it got personal with Drake and Kendrick because they wasn't really friends. So if you say Kendrick is really your friend, then it should stay lyrical. And if Kendrick was to take it personal, he really wasn't your friend. On top of that, what skeletons you got in your closet that you was worried about being revealed? Because how could you get personal if I ain't got nothing personal to expose?
Well, I think it's something anybody could expose, and I think he just probably was like, I don't even want to see what that could be. Let me just back out, because he understood the mindset both of them was on. And honestly, the mindset was anybody getting away, you getting hit too.
But Colin,
bro, I'm the only nigga who squabbled Diddy. I'm the only nigga who turned down the Diddy juice, nigga.
But let me ask you this though.
That's J. Cole, bro.
But don't we always talk about this? Once you become content, once you get on this camera, booth, whatever the case may be, all bets is off. You are now public content. So you can't protect yourself when the battle is coming. Bro, you are exposed for the battle. That's what comes with it, bro. So be prepared, get back in that lab, sharpen that iron up, and be able to throw a harder dagger than he threw at you.
I get you, but
this is the thing with the Cole seemed like the type, he got to have a why factor or why he doing something. Like if it's not, for him, it's not that serious. He's not trying to please everybody. I think that was what he started realizing, because it's like people just getting at you. Sure, you better go do something. Like, nigga, you like, I'm not even tripping on that shit. Yeah. And nigga forcing you to go do something. Now you get out there and get smoked. However it go, not saying you in general, but him in a battle. Right. And I just think that changed a lot of trajectory. Now, I agree with bro saying that people are never going to look at him the same, because most prominent rappers that got to that point of being the best, they always had to go through the adversity of a battle for the most part.
And you know what's crazy? Looking back, Cole never said he was big three. The people just put that on him because of the song. And Kendrick said, fuck the big three. It's just big me.
Now
he never necessarily said fuck
but
J.
you know
Cole.
why in that? You know what got Kendrick in that song? Because he said who's the hardest MC? Me, Kendrick, Aubrey, or me? Then he said something, and I'm Muhammad Ali. So if I say I'm Muhammad Ali, I'm saying I'm the greatest.
Well, see, well now you popping, nigga. So when I come get on your helmet, don't. I apologize. I didn't want my friend blood on the wall. Hold on, what you mean you don't want my blood on the wall?
No, that's crazy.
I would have dissed the nigga again. You act like you was gonna smoke me or something, nigga.
And so that's
what you talking about.
My thing is you can't throw a jab and hide your hand, bro. If anybody is go gas me up, I'm gonna gas myself up. If somebody on another podcast was to talk about me or say anything disrespectful, either I'm gonna let it fly or are we gonna address it? Either or. I'm not about to sit up here and say address it on one day of the podcast and the next day, Well, you know what, y'all? I kind of apologize, man. You know what I'm saying? Forgive us, hater world. Forgive us. Nah, nigga, we stand on what we stand on, bro.
Fuck hater world.
Always.
nigga.
That's my
Yeah.
point.
And I said
Hey,
it.
so if I'm on here and I'll be like, nigga, I'm the best podcaster, nigga, and then so that give you grounds to say fuck
No,
me.
we part of the viral way. But if you saying you the best podcaster out this group,
It
out
do,
of
it
us,
do, and niggas have said it.
Niggas be like,
What?
yeah, you get on the camera and say you the best.
Yeah,
you
niggas
forgot?
don't
What
like
you
that
talking about?
shit.
Nigga, that's why niggas don't like us now. We be
Nah,
on
I'm not saying
No,
that.
you
I'm
talking
saying,
about amongst us?
I'm saying
A nigga
that,
literally
I'm
said
saying,
that.
I'm saying that leave grounds to say fuck you. So what I'm saying is, when he said what he said, if I'm in any sport, you should feel like you're the best. But I'm getting that from what Kendrick is taking a shot now. Nigga, fuck the big three. Nigga, just big me. You feel like you the best, nigga. I don't fuck you niggas. Like, that's how I would have took it, but I don't think Cole should have took it as like super personal. He just like, nigga, well, you saying all this. We gonna see. Nigga, boot up.
Look, I'm anxious to hear the track, so we definitely gonna do a full review once the projects drop. Shout out to Cole. We need a lot more of you niggas to come outside. We need a lot more of y'all niggas to come outside. Lloyd Banks, where you at? Your name is getting brought up by default thanks to Fab. This is the most I've heard your name
Facts.
mentioned by the hip hop community in a
Since G-Unit,
long time, bro. So you need to be putting a project together. You need to get some hot production. Get out of that Griselda bag. Get back to some hot production because that's when you was at your peak. When you dropped that first album that went platinum, it was hot production.
He not the
and
hunger.
good raps. You're
he-
not Griselda, bro. You're not that nigga. Be you, bro. Get back to the PLK.
He's not.
He's not the hunger for more no more. He's not hungry. But I also seen Banks doing like live. I seen him doing performances and stuff like that. So he might still be getting his ends. And I seen him tripping on one of the fans. Like, nah, hold on. Like, I don't know if y'all seen that.
I
It went
seen that.
viral. Coach
He
tripping
was in
and
RC,
shit.
I think he was overseas or something.
Yeah,
But speaking of Banks, is G-Unit arguably the greatest group ever? Because I can't think of any other group who every single artist debut went platinum. Think about it. 50, platinum. Buck, platinum. Banks, platinum. Game, platinum. I even think Yayo snuck a platinum in there.
right.
Yale had one.
And
album.
all he did was this.
Only reason only reason why I can say maybe because NWA damn near had the same thing when they all broke up. The only person who didn't or two, Yella and then
Two is
MC
too
Ren
many.
and MC Ren. What's up?
I said two is too many.
And Cube wrote all they shit.
But it don't matter. They all had individual success. Like Dre got a whole record. Look what Dre brought out. And then Easy, he was the money man.
Cube wrote all they shit.
I understand, but you're just saying you just said records and platinum. I'm talking about they did all of them did the same
But
thing.
I'm counting that as all
Eazy-E brought
Cube
out Easy brought out Bone Thugs, bro. Easy had a lighter shade of brown. I mean, Easy was putting people on.
That ain't got nothing to do with the.
What I'm saying,
Bone
the
Thugs
impact
wasn't NWA.
Bone Thugs was under Ruthless Records.
I know, but Bone
It
Thugs was
wasn't
Bone
NWA.
Thugs.
I'm
But
talking
saying when
about
they branch
not
out, though-
only just platinum, arguably classics. Hunger for More is classic.
Yeah, the
Get Rich or Die
documentary.
Trying is classic. The documentary is classic. Buck, what was Buck
Straight
first
Outta
out? Straight Outta
Cashville.
Cashville is
yeah.
classic. I'm not gonna say Yayo shit classic,
Yeah,
but
he's
Beg
probably
for
the
He had
only
that
Mercy.
one song though.
Beg for Mercy is classic.
No, that's facts.
Yeah.
These
You don't
niggas,
think
bro,
Beg for Mercy
that's
is classic?
nigga.
And we had this debate last time about it. You know, what was we talking about groups that stayed together? But yeah, they might be. They had nobody had a run like they did though. I can't lie. 50 came in tearing down the building. So
And I'm gonna be real.
We got a few groups out there now. If we really think, I mean, we got a few.
Who
He just
did it like
saying
that?
who's
I'm
saying
saying
what
who-
artists?
Do
Every-
we consider duos as well? Like Outkast?
Outkast is the greatest. Period.
okay.
We
well,
already solidified that. I mean, like more like a group,
I
like a
got Boosie and
Dipset,
Webby.
like a. Nah, this nigga crazy.
Boosie and Webby.
It was
Them my greats.
hey, True
There's
Fam.
no-
Hey, True Fam was on, like that.
I'm
They
gonna
had
be
some
real.
hit.
There's no Boosie without Webby.
Vice versa, though.
I'm gonna be real.
So there's
Boosie's not Boosie without Webby.
Didn't
bro.
Webby pop before? Didn't Webby
he
pop
had a
first?
mainstream hit, but Boosie, was already popping, though.
And we can say that. You might as well say that about Big
Yes.
Boy and Outkast then.
Wait, what about, hold on, what about Young Money with Lil Wayne, Drake, Nicki Minaj, though? Technically,
That's not all Young Money. It had
No.
Twist, all
Yeah,
them
Lil
niggas.
Twist
I
and all them
mean,
other little
Chucky,
weird niggas.
Yeah,
Gutter
Tiger,
Cutter.
but I mean, a lot of them niggas did do something.
He
Tiger.
said that they go platinum. That's what you're going up against. The platinum records.
Yeah,
Is Chucky looked at as a great twist? Like you don't even
How
count
many of
them
them Young
niggas.
Money niggas are still relevant besides Nicki and Drake?
Nicki, Drake,
And Nicki ain't even
Tiger,
relevant no
Tiger,
more. Shit, her
Tiger,
career's
yeah.
cooked.
and yeah, Birdman. That's it.
She turned into a
not
crash out
cash
for the
money.
conservative party. She's cooked.
Yeah, she out of here. My nigga Desi Banks too. He's cooked.
Bro, what
What
the
did he do?
What happened with
But
that? That was left field.
This is why when we say
Hold on, what did he
shit,
do? He sold out?
he supposedly is taking money from Israel to sneak in certain promotions and certain ads during his videos or on his Instagram, things of that nature.
They're
he's saying it's
recruiting
not
agents.
Yeah, he's
They're
saying it's
recruiting
not
for
true.
the Mossad in Israel through his ad.
Oh, wow.
He's saying it's not true. He don't know what that is. But this is why when niggas say shit be that deep, it be that deep. Because a nigga influencing you or over here dancing and doing some shit, and he's sneaking Israel. You say some shit subconsciously. Now niggas is programming you and you don't even know.
And this is why the little details matter. That y'all say, oh, that don't really matter. We could talk about that later. No, that matters. That matters. The things you think don't matter, that's what really matter. Why you think they spend so much money on it getting put in your face?
Because who would have thought? You know what I mean? Desi Banks, out of all people, is trying to recruit people.
I just think it goes back to these people. Like, they do anything for the bag. I just think people don't care. That's all it boils down to me. People don't care how it's affecting them unless it's really bothering them. Outside of that, they looking at it like, hell yeah, I'll do some ads and give me the money.
That's a fact.
Right. Facts. It looked like Tate took the money. I even see some of the people he was cool with going in on him. Who's the Brazilian dude?
Oh, yeah.
He just said Tate was weak for blaming everything on Sneako. So they went to Miami. They had this Avengers stream where all the fucking nerds got together on one stream. Myron, Nick Fuentes, the clavicular plant that they pushing everywhere.
They used him to
Sneako
catapult.
and the Tates, and they played Kanye's Hail Hitler song, and they got banned from every restaurant, every bar, basically every location in Miami. And the mayor of Miami called Sneako and said, if you want to get unbanned, you have to publicly apologize. Now, since then, Tate done an interview, and they blamed it all on Sneako. So Tristan Tate and Andrew Tate pretty much said Sneako put him in a trick bag, and they still got a case pending. They still got other things they're up against, and they feel like Sneako did them dirty because they said if he was facing even 1% of what they was facing, they wouldn't have done that. They were just riding in the car on the bus. They didn't tell him to play the song, but they still got the ramifications of that song. So
it don't matter.
Clavicular doubled down. He said F him. Myron doubled down, said F him. Tate looked like he backtracked. So it looked
Sneako,
like they look at that Tate like he
Sneako, you using your mind too much against what they want you to use it for. They getting you up out the paint. That's all it is. Because if them was your solidarity brothers and all that, they would have stood tall with you and said, fuck Miami. But instead of that, they said, fuck you over a song that Kanye made. So just understand what you're dealing with. They replaced that with that dude that bro was just talking about. That's who your replacement is. Brought him out, trying to show him the ropes, got you out the paint.
Facts.
Sneako went and pulled up the video and pulled up Tristan dancing to it and shit. He like this don't look like you not fucking with it, bro.
Right.
He had to go. Yeah, he had to go show niggas like, hold on now, what the fuck is you doing? But I mean,
that's the not to cut you off, but the convo that we had with Glasses that y'all will see soon. When I said us complaining, making threats, and doing all this antics on the internet is not getting us nowhere. We got to get real power. I keep telling y'all, you see how they move? They not playing, nigga. You played a song we don't like, you're banned from Miami.
How you ban a nigga from a city?
You banned from Miami.
Yeah, you're banned, nigga. And they
that's power.
And this what we call, power. Pushing buttons. They push one button, you're done. That's it. We're not discussing it. And the only conditions you got is to publicly apologize to all your fans. And which he probably should have did, I guess, if this point.
Because that's what they did to Nick Cannon, right? They made him apologize.
Sure
and you notice how they stay on code. They pushed the button, the alert went out, and the entire city of Miami, everybody who owned anything out there is one of them. And they said, listen, they not allowed here. They didn't question it.
They so cold that they made your niggas turn on you.
Man.
Over one city.
Hey, didn't they make Nick cancel that show, that Classroom? Like that show got canceled.
He had to sit down with the rabbi, apologize.
Yeah.
They started doing all type of stuff.
Man, they put PTA to niggas, bro.
Yeah. They made Nick Cannon put the dress on. Remember that? Y'all remember that commercial? All that? Yeah,
I seen a funny tweet that said if Hitler came back and seen all them niggas together, he'd kill himself again. Like if he seen all you niggas, he'd be like, "What the hell going on? This is not what he wanted." So
you know what else was crazy? They said this is the most racist streamer group ever, and there's only 2 white people there in that group. It's Clavicular and Nick Fuentes. And he not even fully white.
He half.
He a half and half.
But that's
somebody say, I think you think you slick. They painted Myron White in like one of the cartoon pictures.
Oh yeah.
That's another thing too, though. That why I don't pay these dudes so much mind is because I don't truly think these guys believe the things that they really say, and you kind of realize that in that industry, niggas are just doing it for a bag.
Fact.
Because if you were really racist, no amount of money could get you to sit with Kanye or go with Speed or go with any of them niggas. But because you see them clan members, they not sitting with nobody for the most part. You know what I mean? Them niggas don't fuck with nobody. So y'all, to a certain degree, are just popping it. That's why I don't pay them niggas no mind.
But this is, and you got a perfect point. But this is what they're doing. They learn most people are idiots and they're finessing. They just don't let you know that they finessing.
Yeah,
that's all they do. You know, when niggas finesse people, they want the world to know they finessing. But when they get people like them that's on them levels, they just gonna keep finessing.
They fully bought into it.
People believe in them. Yeah, you fully bought into it.
Bro, Sneako is on this Muslim journey, acting like he don't drink, man. He thought the stream was off. They got him on a hot mic, ordering martinis and 3 shots. All these niggas finessing. Stop believing what you see on these cameras. All these niggas is playing characters, they playing roles, and they get into the bag, period. You gotta have the heroes and you gotta have the villains. And guess what? They all working for the same team. That's just what that is. They just decide, okay, you gave the people enough hope, and now it's time for you to start goofying out.
Right.
Tate, though, man. Y'all the Tates. Damn, man. Y'all niggas really did a 180 for real. That's what I will say.
And it's more so Andrew. Christian just like, he's like you following, but it's really crazy because Andrew, he had a lot of good messages, and it's like, this is why you got to pay attention to the message, not always the messengers. It ain't no different from these preachers. They don't be living half the shit that they talking about. Or they don't even resonate with it no more. Like you said, the complete just turn around to start doing hella weird shit that you had no reason. You rich already. Everything else you accomplished, what else are you doing this for? Unless you're controlled opposition. All of them are controlled opposition, in my opinion, now at this point.
That's the crazy part about being a grifter, too, is because you're relying on the algorithm. So what you grift to next might not be in favor of that. The algorithm might not be in favor of that. And that's really what happened was he switched from the relationship shit, caught the cases over that, and had to pivot because there's no way you can continue to talk about that with the cases you got. Pivot to more political, and we're at a point right now where the world is so, I think, extremely right that we're gonna see the next president, the next wave on the algorithm be liberal. Extremely left. That's I hope everybody knows that's what's coming next. When this nigga get out of office, it's blue hair central.
I got a question for you. I got a question for y'all though, because how you was talking about eventually you got to play the game and things in that nature. Them living, getting rich, and doing everything else. They say you never begin to live until you stop caring what others think. Do you think they're living at the highest capacity you could be able to live as a human nature?
Yeah.
Because like you get to a point where you don't care about your image, you don't care about nothing, and they're predominantly rich off of not giving a fuck about nothing nobody thought. Attracted to, you know what I'm saying?
I'll say no, because let's say you're compromised, meaning you're controlled, meaning you're doing things you don't necessarily believe in and go against your own moral compass for the bag. At that point, you are a slave. Like the way they was talking to Andrew Tate on that stream, he looked like they had a collar around his neck, like a shock collar. Like usually, you know, he's interrupting. He's the big man on the. He was like real humble, bro. Like looking down. I never seen Tate that submissive. They really was cutting him off. Like, nigga, let somebody who deal with anti-Semitism talk and woo, like shutting him down. So to know his character before versus what you seen on that screen, it ain't no way a nigga's comfortable being that.
Well, I'm gonna just say this. If to answer his question, to live carefree is like an ultimate form of peace, because now you're not worried about judgment. You're just living for you, know, for with your happiness. Now, when you kind of put in that perspective about maybe controlled opposition, then it's like you're a glorified slave, just like anything else with NBA, NFL, any type of things like that. You think you got freedom, but until you go against it, they'll cut your water off. But if people live a lot more free and not worried about what the next man think of them, a lot of people would be happy. We wouldn't have a lot of depression or these, I would say, man-made disease that they say, like anxiety, depression, anything like that, because you're not even worried about what another person think of you because you're enjoying your own bubble.
But how free are you for real? Like I seen a clip of a dude saying how they infiltrate the podcast, right? Because podcasts have the most influence. So what they'll do is come to you with a deal, and then if you don't necessarily take the deal, well, now they start showing you your browser history. Now they start showing you all the pictures of you in compromising positions that they took from your smart TV or your laptop when you was jacking off to weird porn and shit like that. And they say they word the deal in a way where you believe you're doing something noble, but really you just talk yourself into believing it that you're doing something noble. So you think, okay, I'm gonna do this for a little while and get out. The whole time you make your whole career off of being compromised. So imagine you start a pod or a music career, independent, doing what you love. They come to you with a bag. You take the bag, and now you can only rap about what I tell you to rap about. So your dream turns into a nightmare. Yeah, you got all the money, you got this and that, but you end up Floyd on the stage saying, oh, the such and such is, I stand for Israel. I stand for, knowing you don't.
Yeah, I'm not
Against your
necessarily.
will.
I'm not necessarily speaking on just them solely alone. I just mean even people as in general, just regular, like he was talking about, general population of people. Because average people deal with a lot of mental diseases, and what I mean is the fear, the doubt, the fear of criticism, the fear of speaking your mind, the fear of just everything else. But if you didn't care about what people thought, they have nothing to hang over your head. Yeah. They have nothing to control you with. You don't give a fuck. So it's like, that's if you really did it. And it reminds me like the Eminem song where he said, let's scream who don't give a fuck to see who really means it. Yeah. So I think it's more that mindset.
Because let's just be real, we're all human. We're all imperfection. We're all going to have flaws in some type of way. Somebody's going to be able to judge you in a compromising position. It doesn't even matter. At some point, you got to be okay with that. We all have insecurities. We all have faults. You got to just live with it, bro. As long as it's not nothing degrading where, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know,
I'm not saying necessarily,
like that.
I'm not necessarily saying go be even just a piece of shit person. I'm just saying in general, if you think about anybody before that's maybe dead, or even you think about people who don't even have to be 20 or 30 years. Do you think about any of that other shit? What do you really even think about for people? And then half the people that's dead and gone, you don't remember nothing unless they're a super martyr and they was already presented in a certain light. Outside of that, the things that they probably worried about didn't even matter now.
Like, look at Kanye. He's a billionaire, but he constantly says, man, I sacrificed my mom. So do you think he's happy?
Of course not.
He has the epitome of what anybody would want as far as riches go, but he's the most unhappy he's ever been in his life right now as a billionaire. Same thing with Kai Cenat. He seemingly had the world in his palms, and all of a sudden, he's turning holy. He's trying to read books. He's doing.
What about Jennifer Hudson too? Didn't our whole family kind of?
Yeah, our whole family got off. So I think it's give and take, bro. If you're selling your soul, there's no way I could believe that you happy.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily even telling anybody to sell their soul. I'm just saying the mindset behind that.
What gains a man to gain the world and lose his soul in the process?
I think that ascension on a rise is for sure free, because you are not giving a fuck what nobody think. You locked in. You're on a different frequency than everybody else because you're trying to make it. So when you're not thinking about other people saying you doing it really for you and what you know are trying to message you're trying to put out, what you're trying to get out of it, I think that is freeing. But I do think once you get to that mountaintop of the industry, that's when it's like you got to come back down and play that game.
Because even if you think you know people, and how much talent that's wasted because people care about what others gonna say about it, or you trash, so you'll never try to do no music, or you can never do a podcast, or you can never do this. Like, you got to think those people, I would think, that got to a point where they had to stop caring, because even us doing what we doing right now, people can have a lot of shit to say, nigga. Nigga, you remember nigga was getting 1 to 3 views, nigga. Yeah. I'm saying, so a lot of shit was going. It was like, yeah, people are still gonna have faith, but then what you gonna do in them days where people going against what you doing, or people got a lot of shit to say about what you doing, or don't like it? Then I think that's where
the resilience
that mindset kicks in.
Okay, I thought you was just talking about them.
I don't mean this being controlled. I just I was using them as an example, but I'm speaking in general.
General, you got to stop giving a fuck with people. That's the only way to really make it. Is the art of not giving a fuck. We done had topics on that. There's a book on that. That is really the only way to really make it, is you gotta stop giving a fuck. Because if you're only worried about what other people think, you're gonna live trying to appease other people. And you can't appease everybody. It's impossible.
You're never being your true self.
You're never gonna be your true self. Because everything you do, you go left, somebody mad you went left. Okay, well now let me appease the person that want to go right. Guess what? You just pissed off the person that wanted you to go left. You can't please everybody.
Yeah, I think more so, I just mean like, strangers and outside people. Sometimes you can take constructive criticism, but then sometimes it has to come from people that you actually respect their mind, or people you care about.
I agree.
Then now you can care about maybe what they think. And even then, you still got to make the decisions on your own. But I think those should be your core people that you do care about.
Yeah, I was. Hey, look, let me ask y'all a question.
Hey,
look.
They're always doing some crazy shit with somebody
y'all
talking.
Y'all niggas crazy, cuz. Look, my son asked a question, right? I said, I got to ask y'all on the pod. He said, I can't imagine what a blind man sees.
We was talking about this.
What does a blind person see?
Close your eyes, you kid.
Oh, that light.
Oh shit. You know when you was a kid and you close your eyes or like you go like this and you could see like
Rings
and little colors. I would believe that's what they see probably.
But if you see that, you're seeing something.
This is what.
So if you're blind, you're technically supposed to see nothing. So he was like, even if you see black, that's seeing.
So this is what. So and then this was a great point, but this is what I have to say too, because this where it has to be broken down. Were they born blind, or could they have seen before and not seen again? Because I was given an example of everything comes from the darkness. Everything was first imagined first anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So you had an imagination before able to see anything. Yeah, everything that
no, I mean, what do you see?
But he's saying
not imagine. What do you physically see? Because most of us think close your eyes and all I see is darkness. But you seeing darkness is still seeing.
You about to Google what a blind person sees?
But how?
I'm saying you're still seeing.
No, I know, but why I say imagination is because
that's not sight.
I know, but you're visualizing something.
No,
so I'm able
what do
to
you
see. I can
visualize
I can see here and close my eyes and visualize me right now walking up the stairs, out the building to the street. Anything else, everything comes from visualization. The world came from the darkness to the light. Yeah.
Okay, so what about if you was born blind and never seen nothing?
Put the mic up. Come on, golly.
That people are saying what that's described as is nothingness, not black. So most blind people who are born blind, they describe it as nothingness. So they don't really know what they don't really know what they're seeing. They're seeing nothing.
What is nothing? If I close my eyes and see black, me seeing black is a color.
But
so
imagine if you close your eyes and you went to sleep. You ever how you go to sleep and you wake up and you really
it's still dark.
But no, like you don't remember how you was sleeping.
You know what? My daughter
is.
has said that, but his rebuttal was, you dream every night. You don't remember every dream. So every night you see something.
And this you're right, you're alive.
You just don't remember every dream every night.
But you can't say you seeing something if you said that's just imagination, because you dreaming in your mind.
Being blind will be a big inconvenience in my life. I just know that right now. From just wiping your ass.
Well, your other senses heightened.
Yeah, everything
you
else
gonna be
comes
sniffing that. You gonna be wiping and sniffing when you take it.
You just gotta. In the comments, if y'all know any blind people, just tell them to tap in the comments.
They're gonna do write in braille on this.
I'm just saying. Imagine they remove your eyes, right? And then you don't. What do you see then? Motherfucker just surgically took your eyes out. Like Charleston White, he got one eye. What do we see out that one eye?
It's nothing.
The eye that's gone.
It's like I'm assuming you close your one eye, he can see it.
Yeah, but I know the only logical answer everybody gonna say is close your eyes. Yeah. You're seeing something. But you're seeing the back of your eyelids, which are black. Black is a color. If you see black, you can see.
They say they can see like if you close your eyes right now, you can kind of see like there's a light or something like that. They can see that too. It just depends on the level.
Like some different color shades, more so.
But if you go to certain parts of the world at nighttime, you can't see nothing, whether you eyes open or not.
You're still seeing.
No, but you're saying that. But even in nothingness, it's
still
nothing.
dark.
But you're seeing nothing. You're seeing black.
And your eyes adjust. Your eyes adjust to the dark to a certain degree. Like
I'm saying, like let's say the lights go out right now. Okay. You're like, damn, I can't see shit. You're technically still seeing something.
You're seeing darkness.
You're seeing darkness.
I mean, it still just depends, because everything that we see that we deem as something is still something we don't really see. We think we see the table, but when they get down to the point, this shit is vibrating and connected. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's the Matrix. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Y'all let me know, man. What does a blind man see?
That's for sure viral son asking a question like that.
He tapped in.
He for sure tapped in, but to me, it gotta be black. It gotta be nothing.
Yeah, darkness.
If you say nothingness, if you think of nothingness comes from the dark. And if outside of that, then you have the imagination, and that's it. You can imagine things of places you've never been.
See, that's another thing too. Like, how can you imagine if you never saw nothing?
You can't imagine. The only reason you can imagine somewhere you never been because you heard about it or you've seen things. Saw it in the magazine, saw it on Discovery Channel.
So when this table, like I said, when this table was created, it was never a table created in life. How did they make the table? And they never seen a table in their life.
See, my response is the table always existed. You know how they're saying there's nothing new under the sun?
Mm-hmm.
We're downloading from the source. So whoever invented it, they just downloaded it from the source because you don't even think your thoughts, they're given to you. So whoever thought of the table, that thought was put into their head like, oh shit, put it on paper.
So it's no different from me saying you visualize it first. That's the whole thing. It was never there.
So I agree with you. I see what you're saying because you had a thought like, I need something where I can sit my stuff down.
Yeah.
How would it look? So you're creating a vision. So that's why I understand what you're saying. You got to create a vision in here. It may not be perfected. It may not be even at the best stage, but you're like, I got to put something where things can stand
what
on.
bro is saying is absolutely correct. Because this is what I try to tell people why everybody's connected on a consciousness. You're thinking from a substance. We all think from it. It's like if you think of something, it reaches there and it gets sent back down to you. The signals come back. And eventually that's how you imagine. Eventually the more you focus on something, it becomes a thought first and then you bring it to reality. That's why a lot of times it takes time to catch up to you. So we all thinking into the same substance. That's why like-minded people, or that's why you can have moments like you said where I already know what you're about to say, or this is why sometimes people telepathically can communicate. It's a lot different because we're all thinking from the same source. Even though we don't believe it, this is how most people are connected.
Right. Think of it like the cloud. We all downloaded from the cloud. So whoever was the first person to think of these glasses, if you never seen a pair, how can you think to create a pair? Where can the thought to create something that don't exist come from? It has to come from somewhere outside of you. How can you think of something from nothing?
But this is why
you're downloading it from the source. The shit already existed. This is how you can go back thousands of years and we can't figure out how they carved the pyramids because they had technology more advanced than we got now. Whether they're revealing it to us or we're refining it. Like, what's the not Greenland? Is it Denmark? One of these small countries found out a way to dish electricity out with no wires. Now, it's one person in history who had that idea and the government took all his motherfucking work after he died. Y'all know who it is? Tesla. He wanted to give out energy for free. Mm-hmm. And he said he found the way. And then shortly after that, he was no longer and his work was gone. Well, now there's a country giving out energy with no wires.
But we are. The thing is, this is why people don't understand. We are the one source. We are the substance. This is why even when they break in context, what I'm starting to really learn, like in the Bible, if Jesus is saying, I am the way, I am the life, I am the truth, me and the Father are one.
Holy Trinity.
And this is crazy to me because the one in a sense of the level of consciousness he was on, and he's thinking from that same source. Mm-hmm. So if you acquire and build the habits that I've built, you're going to use the same power that I got from this source, but on a conscious level. That's why I think people confuse, and that made me really think deeper into what Jermaine Dupri was saying about Nipsey, because it was like, oh, if you start looking at it from a consciousness level and not just a physical level, we all are created from God already in his image.
Yeah.
But the only way you can actually tap into that is if you have the mind for that.
Well, they say God is literally in you and heaven is in you. It's the level of consciousness that you reach. It's not actually a physical realm with golden gates and shit like that. That's when you get to talking about the chakras, right?
Yeah, the different chakras. And then the God in you, the God you see is the God you see in me. That's where you kind of get that from. And like you said, where they talk about hell on earth and purgatory and going to heaven and all that stuff, I think that's just a way for us to just consciously make people feel at ease. But I do feel like we are all gods in us because it does come down from, he's given us the source. He's given us the information. If you live righteous, it's going to be in you. You know what I'm saying?
Pause. That was crazy.
Nah, I get you there.
All right.
I know.
But it's like,
I had to get you back, nigga. It's in you. What the fuck?
It's like having a valuable, how can I give an analogy? Like having a valuable, some gold or a diamond or something, you got to place it somewhere on the earth to where everybody eventually can get access to it, but you wanted it to be more valuable. It's like I can go put it under a tree or somebody might not never find it. Where is the best place to put it? And then it goes within us. I don't know how to say nothing without about to go but you put it within you. That's why I say God is within you. When I gave that example, when we was on here talking about that day, like if God was the ocean and you put the cup in the ocean, take the cup out, you're made of the same substance and degree. You're just made to a lesser degree, and God
is still
is everything. Yeah. He's just a better version. of everything.
But that would explain how you can have tribes from 2 different places across the world with no modern technology, and they have the same stories, the same idea. Okay, yeah, they're downloading from the same source. This is how their hieroglyphics can match these over here, but they're on 2 opposite ends of the spectrum of the earth. Other than that, how can that happen?
Well,
How can they have the same stories with no communication?
Omnipresent. You know, God is omnipresent. So yeah, you can get that.
That part right there. Now just imagine you had an idea, right? And you had an idea that came to you and you felt like, well, this idea probably could change your life or something, and you don't pursue it. Now that idea gets bounced to somebody else, and you see what you thought about years ago. Nobody gonna believe you, but that idea comes to fruition. It still has to happen. Like bro was just saying, everything else is already still under the sun. Everything was gonna be made. But somebody took that chance that you didn't on that idea
and ran with it.
And became
Like
something,
that
but
one-
they came from the same source.
This is why people patent stuff, because somebody gonna get the same idea as you, because they gonna download that shit from the source and beat you to it. So you gotta hurry up and patent this.
And this is how cold, this is why meditation is so cold and people pray even in the wrong ways, because a lot of times we pray, we hope, instead of more so believing in it in a sense. And this is why things never happen. But it's like when you have that I am factor and you put those things in motion, when you meditate, you're literally connecting to the source.
Facts.
To all this, to everything.
Mm-hmm.
You're mentally going there. And it gets to a point, if you meditate enough, you can, now it helps me understand where you feel like you could be floating, nigga. Like to a point where you out of your body and you feel like you're connected to something higher than
Astral
you.
projection. This is why everybody's going on these DMT trips. You hear a lot of the stories of them talking about going to see the interdimensional beings and things like that. And certain people saying, you know, they was abusing it the wrong way and they got kicked out by the interdimensional beings. There's plenty of stories. There's no way that all these thousands of people can have the same type of story and encounter the same type of interdimensional beings. Like, no, this ain't no coincidence.
Bro, it's even more crazy because y'all got me going on one now thinking it because now more stuff is coming. But they say when you talking to yourself,
That was crazy.
Nah, this nigga wild. I'm done with him, man. It's nothing.
Hey, you reaching right now.
for everything, huh? Yeah.
That was crazy.
Because they say when you talk to yourself, like people, it's a lot of people that talk to themselves
say
out
you
loud.
crazy.
No, yeah,
But
you're
you-
crazy.
yeah.
But they say when you talk to yourself, you actually talking to God. You talking to the spirit within you. So it's more. It's a lot to it, but it's wild when you think about it. And they say like your mind works overtime. Your mind doesn't stop. Your subconscious works out problems and everything else in your life for you while you sleep. So if you go to sleep thinking about your problems, everything else, the subconscious is not. It doesn't have a right or wrong or error. It's just downloading it as if this is what you want. It don't care. It don't care about how you feel about nothing.
Hey,
But feeling helps it. So if you could, what I'm getting at is that when you think negative and you think about your problems, your bills, everything else, your mind is downloading that, and next thing you know, you're gonna get smacked with some more stuff in the mail, and vice versa. This is why they teach you to program yourself before you go to sleep. Literally, you could probably tell yourself something before you go to sleep, repeated affirmations, and eventually your subconscious will work it out, and it'll hit you out the blue like, damn, they're gonna answer to my problem. You might jump up at 3, 4 in the morning about it.
I say this too, though. Fake it till you make it. That sounds cliche, but if you know how the brain works, the mind works, the subconscious work, it does not know real from fake.
It's positive affirmation.
So if you're thinking you already are what you want to be, the world gonna do the rest. The universe gonna do the rest and bring it to you. This is why the people like Michael Jackson who wrote this shit down when they was kids, I'm gonna be this, and believed it wholeheartedly, it had to happen because your mind is gonna create opportunities for it to happen. The universe is just gonna bring it to you, but you gotta really believe it. That's why they say gratitude is the attitude. You gotta be grateful for what you don't even have yet, but you believe you're gonna have. And you gotta be grateful for what you already got. If you already comparing, yeah, man, I got this house, but man, my neighbor got a bigger house, or I got this car, but my homie got a better car. Well, now you're being ungrateful for what you do have, and you're gonna be punished for that. You ain't never gonna get nothing else because you're not even grateful for what you do have. That's why they say gratitude is the attitude.
Yeah, enough is never enough. I was gonna ask y'all a question. Yeah, we all seen the movie Black Panther with T'Challa and all that in Wakanda. Y'all remember their heaven / afterlife is basically when they died, they were all with their relatives, the ancestors, and things like the ancestral plane and things like that. So let me ask y'all this: what do you feel like your idea of heaven would be?
I'm gonna say you can have heaven right here on earth. You can create heaven for yourself, or you can create hell. And heaven is whatever idea that you have heaven is. I don't think it's just some one script for everybody.
I understand
Like we
that,
think, oh, the gates, the clouds, I'm here with my ancestors. No, heaven for you might be living off the motherfucking grid, living off the land. And that's your idea of heaven.
Well, yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. I think heaven is what you personalize, think your happiness is. Whatever your happy place is, whatever your ideal, whether it's you being around family, whether it's you, like you said, off the grid or just around your ancestors, bro. I think that's probably your idea of what heaven is.
Right. I think a lot of times they lied to us and made us, and that's what keeping us separated, like thinking that God is an entity that's separated from us. And I think that's where people feel like it's like you programmed to live in fear. No matter how people want to live it or not, most of the stuff, if you're not actually able to interpret it a certain way, because there's so many different people that can interpret Bibles and religions, and you won't get it. And I think you got to do the homework yourself. But I believe heaven, like you just said, can be on earth or hell on earth. And when I thought about my earlier years, like a lot of stuff I did, nigga, and when I replay it, like I created a lot of the hell I was going through.
Exactly.
Even though I was going through some of it, but all the stuff that I was doing started like, nigga, the shit I was doing, it was happening, nigga. Yeah, like it started, you know what I mean? Like you out here, you tripping, you doing certain shit, nigga, it's gonna happen to you. So I just think that's where the energy you put out is coming back. And when you leave, I just feel like we go back to that source that we talking about.
Yeah, because the key is to make you think whatever you're looking for is outside of yourself. Therefore, technically, you're probably never going to find it. So if I tell you you got to die to reach heaven, your entire life, you're thinking that I can never reach heaven on earth. I have to literally die to reach the heavens. Now, imagine if they told you, you create heaven right here. Imagine how different your decision-making would be.
And then it get to a point, if that is true, and the way they present heaven to be, why are so many people scared to die? If this is the magical place to go to.
Exactly.
Motherfuckers should be rushing to the graveyard.
Yeah,
right.
You would think the military be overpacked. You know, jobs where I'm just saying,
suicide mission.
You can try to do anything to check out.
That's what I'm saying. You'll do anything noble to try to get to heaven. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, kind of like
kamikaze.
Exactly.
I got 75 virgins waiting for me. Strap me up. I'm out of here.
And especially the people that's out that's struggling out here, that's going through it. It's like, nigga, why would I what are you fighting for? Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
People don't know. You know, we it's a great talk about what goes on after, but nobody knows.
That's all
fear.
I'm saying.
That's the fear.
But
That's
then you get the stories of the.
I truly believe that whatever the brain is strong. I think whatever you believe is going to happen in the afterlife is exactly what happens to you. So if you think you're going to see nothing, then you see nothing. If you think there is a heaven or a hell, like the pearly gates or flames, that's what you're going to see, because your brain, whatever is stored up here is going to me, like leak out.
It's going to transcend
leak out into the universe, and then that's what you're going to experience within it for eternity until you reincarnated and you don't remember what happened before or whatever it is. But I think that's more so what it is. Whatever you truly believe is going to happen, that's what's going to happen.
The reason I believe you create hell here, really think about hell. You disobey God, the devil punishes you. Don't the devil want you to disobey God? Why would he punish you for that? If the devil is God's enemy, why would he burn you for eternity for going against God? When that's his whole entire existence and purpose of his existence is to get you away from God. So if you do that, why would the devil punish you?
But even
that don't even make no logical sense.
Even on another note, if God created all things from the heavens and the earth, why would he create you to sin and knowing you're gonna sin and then send your ass to hell?
Well, free will. God gives us free will.
I understand all that, but I'm just saying these are some of the questions you have to ask yourself. Not saying nothing is wrong with what you believe in, but I just think a lot of the things you got to question and it don't make sense. But I also understand that the mental. So people could be like, "Oh, I don't know why I'm going through this." And from a certain age, no matter what, your brain is still being processed and programmed. That's why we talk about a lot of these things. So from a young age, they're already setting you up to be a slave. They're already setting you up to not be a free thinker. They're already setting you up to make sure your life is a living hell. That's one of the key factors that people not getting at.
And you got to die to reach heaven.
Exactly. But they also say, like, people think it's a wrong thing to kill your old self. But when those type of terms, you kill your old self, you kill the the old consciousness. You kill the old way of thinking. You learn to ascend and reach on higher levels. This is why you can see things now and be mad at the kids at the parade, because it's like, nigga, you ascended to that.
Yeah.
You outgrew that. You overpassed that. Now people got to learn to do that at younger ages, I believe.
It's like a snake shedding the skin.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, instead of killing yourself, can it just be called rebirth? Like now you
Bingo.
That's the definite. That's the whole thing, though. But you got to kill off your old self to birth something new.
So look,
So you got to kill off the old mindset to get a better mindset.
so before we get out of here, we definitely got to talk about this topic.
What?
The Tenderism. Ain't that how you say it? The
Yeah,
Tenderism? Okay, so there's a popular restaurant. I believe it's out here on the West Coast. I believe it's in Cali.
I think so. I'm not sure where.
So
it is.
there's an old guy. Can you look his name up? Because I don't even know. I
Yeah.
want to butcher his name. There's an old black guy. He advertises
Oh,
barbecue
really? Oh.
online. So he has these famous videos, these TikTok videos, Instagram videos, YouTube shorts going crazy, where he'll get a rib or
And
a
the
piece
meat
of
fall
chicken,
off the bone?
and he show how the meat fall off the bone, go tenderism. So boom, people are thinking he's the owner of the restaurant. So naturally, it catches fire like wildfire. Everybody's going to the restaurant to want to support this old black guy. Come to find out, he's not the owner. The real owner is this white guy who employed the black guy, and the white guy hurries up and goes to try to patent tenderism. Now, the black guy, he created the whole movement, right? The whole swag, the word, everything. But he didn't patent the word. So the white guy tried to go patent it and exclude, what was his name?
I can't get his name.
Just going
That's
like
business.
going like
Hey,
X or
that's
something.
business 101, bro.
He excluded the black guy from that. So I guess it's like in legal limbo right now. He wasn't able to actually patent it. But do y'all think that was grimy of him to do, or was it just business, not personal? Because time and time again, black people create a movement, we popularize it, but we don't do the business side of it. Same way we did with hip hop. Created hip hop, popularized it, but we never got the labels and the ownership.
No, I think it was a little grimy because it's obviously grimy, you know what I mean? Because he knew that it was getting cracking, at least share a little bit with him. But also at the same time, if I work, and you're an employee here, then I'm going to take. I think there just should have been a deal worker. I think you being a creator and working the business and giving him a job, you're deserving of something. But also the dude, Mr. Tenderism, who kind of put y'all on the map or made y'all go viral, he deserves something too. So if he's not getting a cut of or at all, any endorsements, nothing, then to me that's bullshit. To me that's bullshit. But I do understand the business owner being like, well, I'm not just gonna let you get rich off of my, in my fucking vicinity, in my building, and then take off. No, I'm gonna eat off of it too. So if they both eating off of it, cool. Now if it's just the white dude who own the business eating off of it, then that's where I think that's fucked up.
So this was another thing. Keith Lee went to go do a review, and he tried to of the restaurant. He tried to leave the old black guy. Somebody get his name. I'll get tired of calling him
Walter
old black
Johnson.
guy. Walter Johnson. He tried to give Walter Johnson a $4,000 tip. The white owner declined. Well, he basically shut it down. And then that caught a lot of controversy because Keith Lee went and made a video about that. So basically,
I heard, not to cut you off, but I heard he tried to go up to bro, and Mr. Tenderism had a bodyguard and was like, "Nah, we good. I'm already too busy." So he sent them away. So he went and gave it $4,000. He spread it out, and so that's what people was mad. Like you blocked a blessing by, you know what I mean, pushing Keith Lee away. He was going to give you 4 or 5 bands, but you also got to think of that from Mr. Tenderism's perspective of like, yesterday I wasn't nothing. Today I'm popping. Let me get a bodyguard. Niggas too do the extras. Niggas
okay, so it's Destination Smokehouse.
Yeah,
it's a
Marietta.
popular Texas-inspired barbecue restaurant in Marietta, California. So on top of that, prior to all the controversy, the owner, the white guy, I got to get his name, he was never really in the videos. Now, a lot of people say he was in the older videos before this all blew up, and a lot of people said this is even his recipe. But the controversy comes in because, what was black dude's name? Walter Johnson. He's the one that advised him to put barbecue on the menu. So he advised him to put barbecue on the menu, and barbecue is the reason why the restaurant is blowing up. Tendernism is the reason why the whole restaurant is blowing up, which all came from the black guy, his ideas and his social media presence. But like the owner said, when I found him, he didn't have shit. He had zero. I hired him and helped give him the platform to be what he is now. And the black dude seemed like he wasn't even tripping. He hugging him and shit, but it looked like Django.
He do look crazy.
It looked like Django. You remember wasn't the damn what was the name?
Uncle
The slave.
But would people be mad if it wasn't a race thing that people see? If it was two white people, would people be mad? Or would people
not.
just be like,
Probably not.
he
Or
need
two
to be
black
grateful?
people?
No, yeah,
I
I'm
think-
just
I
saying.
think-
So you see a white dude and the black dude probably feeling like he changed his life. So if he's not having a problem, I don't see why nobody else should have a
He
problem.
definitely get into a little bag right now, so until it run out, but he doing his thing. But all of that, what you was just saying here, that's all gonna be he said, she said in the court of law. It's like, so if you didn't bring no paperwork, you didn't get a lawyer or somebody from down the street to
Right,
come
yep.
up and say, hey, this is my recipe or whoop de whoop whoop, it's over with.
And
So,
what?
yeah.
And when
Yeah.
go ahead.
I was
Shorty.
gonna just say that's where business take off. You gotta, if you know you have a great idea, man, you gotta write it down, get a contract, whatever the case may be. Prime example, remember the song Bling Bling by Cash Money back in the day? Baby himself said, I made a mistake by not getting that term copyright. I think it was like a cosmetic company that tried to get that word bling bling copyrighted, even though we all know Cash Money coined that term and made it popular. But again, not being business savvy at the time, you don't know no better. So that's why it's to the point where we got to do better business style wise as our own culture. If you know you're going to get something, have that shit written out, get that shit notarized, whatever the case may
The
be.
nigga gonna look at you crazy if I own a restaurant and you trying to come just because you think something finna pop and come at me
But
with a
that's how
business. No,
business is.
I know. I'm
yeah.
just what I'm saying is he had the idea just working with the dude. Like, how can we make this a little better? Probably get an idea. You need to put some barbecue on here because he has an idea. But the dude, if people would just look out for people when you know they played a strong part in what you're doing, you wouldn't have these problems. You know what I'm saying? Somebody, if your business boosted up based off of ideas somebody gave you, even though you pulled him in, all these things lined up for both of y'all perfectly. So that's where a lot of things in relationships get messed up because people be more so, like we said, I don't want to say ungrateful, but you feel like I did all this on my own. But this dude presence helped you. Even though you picked him up, he also picked you up too, in a sense.
It was a favor for a favor type style, but again,
It really wasn't favor for a favor. It was I hired you. You got a movement cracking on your own under my restaurant that I own. So the tendernism, I guess, word
So
was
he
going
should get
viral.
he should get a promotion there
So
for
the
maybe in marketing.
So the owner goes and tries to copyright it. I kept saying patent, excuse me. He tried to copyright tendernism, so he owns it.
So
Because you didn't.
I understand that. So do you feel like good business then? You're good at marketing. Let's try to put him somewhere in marketing now. And I don't know what Walter Johnson, what is his role there as for the company?
Who knows? Probably like a host.
Maybe again. So clearly
Come
he has some
bring
type
your
of
menus.
motion.
Tendernism, that's his name.
But at this point, people like him now, depending on if you got a bag or not, move on with your own. Now you learn the ins and outs of the business. If you make enough money, you know how to your strategy,
Promote.
your plan worked exactly. People not coming for just based off what
They
his
coming off his
marketing.
side,
Yeah, they coming off of what you did, your energy,
He's
your
the,
your
uh,
thoughts. Yeah, you're the
the
face
real-
of it.
Yeah, he's the face. He's the face of the restaurant, basically.
The real fucked up part about it, if we keep it in 100, is that little couple bands, bro. God, he cool. He done. He content. He feet kicked up. More than likely, that's how. I hate to sound like that, but that's a problem with us in our culture. That's how niggas be. They get a little bit of couple of crumbs, and niggas stop worrying about the chase. They stop worrying about trying to increase or grow. And I feel like that's what dude, whatever worked out, that's what dude did. Shot him some dough. Look, you're gonna still be able to come here. Maybe you got clientele on the side. You're gonna make a little bit of money. For a lot of niggas, that's enough. Instead of being like, nah, I'm coming for this whole shit. Nigga, it ain't shit without me. So, like you said, I'm gonna take my little whatever and now I'm gonna go do my own thing. If you're not gonna do that, then you're gonna stay an employee. But a lot of us will stay the employee because it's like, well, I'm getting a little chilly here. You know, I got a little bit of fame. That niggas can't see past that. And I
Yeah,
feel like
I
that's
think-
kinda
he's
that's kinda
Armenian.
that
I
situation.
think it
The
goes
owners
back.
are
I think it
Armenian.
goes back to people like we always talk about not knowing their worth, and you didn't probably realize your idea can explode to that level.
He didn't have that I am what we were just talking about.
Yeah, exactly. But either that too, but then sometimes when people come from hardships or struggles, you remember those times versus like, damn, things can get better than what they was. And you undervalue yourself now. You was an important piece of this business. And I just think some people, they just looking at it like, I capitalized, you didn't, it's on you. Life ain't gonna never be fair. That's what people gotta understand too. And these people don't give a fuck about niggas like that. A lot outside of that, and it's like you said, you cool with the crumbs, then that's cool. But outside of it, you lost at the end of the day.
Okay, so the owner is Armenian, and Tendernism, he's a chef. So what it sounds like,
He's the cook?
He's a chef. He's an old black guy who's content, and he looks like he comes from the era where he was taught that, to reach success goes through one of them, the white Armenian or whatever, because he's like whatever the Kardashians are, right? They Armenians and shit. So looks like he's content. He looked like he finna check out any day. He old as hell. So I don't think he was really tripping on copyright nothing. I think he's just happy to have his job. He loves what he does. He loves the attention that he gets, and he's happy with that. But the problem with black people is we don't understand business. Time and time again, we make something popular, and then other cultures capitalize on it because we don't understand the business aspect of it. We're happy just making it popular. We don't never go do the paperwork. And that's why they say it's business, never personal. Is he fucked up for doing what he did? Yeah, we could say he is. But let's just say, okay, he don't copyright it. And don't never go copyright it. Am I supposed to just
gone tomorrow?
You know what I'm saying? And somebody else outside of my restaurant does. Now they're getting paid off of what was created under my restaurant. So is it really fucked up?
I'm not gonna say whether it's fucked up or not, but I just think sometimes you could have a conversation where you can get a percentage to make sure he gets a percentage and anybody else in his family does, to where, hey, we're gonna go copyright this. I'm gonna get half, you get half, and keep it at that. Especially if you the chef, that means the sauce is what you do. You make the restaurant damn near. Only thing is you just invested. So I think you should get more of that. But this, a lot of times too, people be wanting more than what other people care about. Like you said, he's happy, he's content. This is some people, heaven on earth. This is some people are content. Everything ain't about money for everybody. If he's in a place where he can take care of his bills, he gets joy out of that. That's probably making his life prolong longer, doing what he does. He loves what he does. So I think
say if you love what you do, you ain't never going to work.
Work a day in your life. Yeah. So you're happy making other people happy in a sense. And I think a lot of people just equate money with every single person ever. Like, you got to get money. You should be mad.
I just wish we would be a little more business savvy, because I would love for us to have more popping things that we own. That's all I'm saying. Like, I wish that was his restaurant, because I didn't know it was an Armenian restaurant.
Right.
So I wish that was Pops or, Tender Johnson, whatever his name is.
But just imagine if Mr. Tenderism was at a black restaurant.
That's what I'm saying. I would love that.
You know what I'm saying? We blow up every other culture's businesses, and then we don't get to reap the benefits. That's just what's going on.
And I would love to have a chain of them in big metropolitans. You know what I'm saying?
And that was basically what I was getting at. Like, time and time again, we see they need us. Not saying he needed us for whatever his business, but his business didn't boom until you got that ingredient.
We're
sauce.
the sauce.
Yeah, exactly.
The food could be good and everything, but it ain't crack until he made it crack.
Until we got a part of it. So I just look at it like that. Like y'all said, we got to be better business savvy. We got to be knowing our worth more, and we got to. And who's to say how many opportunities did he try to probably go work for other people? And this dude, the one who gave him the opportunity,
right? Because he said when I found him, he didn't have nothing. So everybody is automatically demonizing the owner strictly because it's a race thing. Now, if this was a black guy that did it to a black guy, I doubt it's going to get this much public outrage. Or somebody white that did it to somebody white, or Armenian that did it to an Armenian. We just see pale skin, old helpless looking black guy. Oh, he got fucked over. But realistically, he didn't trademark it. He fucked himself over.
And that's that white. Remember we talked about that white guilt? Do black people need that white guilt for us to get ahead?
What you mean?
So you know how sometimes where white guilt make them want to do favors for us, like during slavery, you have the Quakers helping out Harriet Tubman in the Underground Railroad and things like that. Sometimes we be needing that white guilt for black people to feel successful, like how you were just saying, like it was his restaurant. Hopefully he'll look out for him in the percentage with things like that. We're banking on white guilt. I wish we can just kind of take that success instead of banking on white guilt of having somebody throwing us a bone.
I just think it wasn't, in my opinion, I just think he wasn't business savvy at all. And I just think he didn't even, them type of things probably didn't even cross his mind that he could even go do that. I just think that was the biggest case of it. And now people are going to make him feel away now because they're saying you should be pressing for this or you should be getting a percentage of that. Like when he was already happy before everybody else got involved with it.
Because he made the video saying, this my boy, we cool, this, that, and the third. Like he's not, to me, the videos I seen, unless he made new ones, he wasn't tripping. So is this a case of people wanting more for you than you want for yourself type shit? Like, nah, nigga, you need to be owning that. You could be getting this much money. He like, bro, I'm cool. I'm the cook. I'm cracking. Come take your pictures with me.
I'm good. He the one that even gave me the job. Y'all mad, but without him, I wouldn't even have a fucking job.
Because realistically, how many people really hiring old ass chefs?
I mean,
Chefs is different. I think age might not be a factor.
I'm not saying it's a factor, but you just said this dude looked like an old somebody with nothing. Who's really hiring him like that?
I mean, if he had this, if he knew how to cook though, I mean, proof is in the pudding though.
I don't know if you know how to cook though.
Well, from what I was reading, this was actually the owner's recipe or whatever, because he says he's the self-proclaimed pit master as well. You know, the pit master, that's the main motherfucker on the grill. So the owner's the pit master as well.
So it maybe get an old black man to kind of like some Aunt Jemima type shit. Like you put the face of him so they can sell the barbecue.
I don't think he was necessarily the face. He was just working there, and then he made a suggestion that, hey man, we should put barbecue on the menu. And then on his own, he started making those videos, falling off the bone, and it just went viral.
And again, who sells barbecue the best? We do, you know what I'm saying? Like it just kind of falls, you know, when you think of barbecue, bro, I don't really think of like white folks, you know what I mean? When you think of fried chicken, I mean, besides KFC, but for the most part, that's kind of like certain foods you kind of need us to sell.
You definitely do. I will say in Texas, white people can barbecue. I've been to Texas, and when I was in Texas, them niggas was getting
best
down.
barbecue come from Tennessee. I got a Tennessee, man. Tennessee got some of the best barbecue, bro.
I'm not saying where the best is. I'm just saying I done had some white barbecue in Texas. Like, god damn, these motherfuckers getting down.
They be smoking.
Coming straight off them smokers.
Yeah, they do the smoking all that.
I just got an electric smoker, nigga.
That's got
game changer.
Man, come on. Roast, all that, bro.
Game changer, nigga. Chicken falling off the bone, brisket, nigga. I'm finna put a bunch of shit for the game, nigga, in the smoker.
He about to put some lambs in the goddamn smoker,
I'm finna put some eagles, and I'm gonna have some bucks come cook it. Cause y'all won't be playing, so.
Boy, you listen. Y'all lose.
This nigga praying. This nigga praying every night they beat Seattle.
Man, every night.
They football season over. They only want to talk football.
Darnold.
So look, we can talk Kylie favorite subject, basketball. I heard the owner of the Lakers is
Jeannie
mad
Buss.
at LeBron saying that he wasn't thankful enough that Bronny got drafted. Like he was supposed to be saying, thank you for drafting my son. What y'all think about this?
I don't even know if it's real, to be honest.
You sent that from one of the meme pages. Man, I'm out of here.
Come and reporting shit.
Like and subscribe, man. Y'all already know what it is.
Come and reporting fake news. That nigga over there reporting fake news.
Hey, Messiah, you got some motivation?
I'm up out of here. Hey, shout out to the viral way. On the third day, I was resurrected, man. I'm back. Man.
Oh, yeah. Kylie back, man. He back from the dead, bruh. Like and subscribe. Hype us up, man. Y'all know what it is. See you on the next episode, man. Far away or no way. Bang!
Ain't no handouts, I did it from the ground up. In the streets, thugging hardest where they found us. Got a problem, nigga, watch my troopers mount up. My bitches bang too, and you a lame though. You niggas ain't outside, yeah, we came through. You want your lights up, we put you on the shade.